Okay, I think we're good. Let's get started before it's too late. Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic stream. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I need to adjust that. My mouth is not moving very much. Actually, let's do this shit on the fly. Yeah, hold on. Is it just me or is my mouth not moving very much? Maybe that is just me, but I would think that yeah, that's weird. Hold on. Let me do some adjusting on the fly real quick, y'all. Oh, it's been a long time though since I've done the settings. Okay, here we go. Hope everyone's ready for more scuff as I do some on the spot stuff. Where's the mouth movement shit? I open parameters, yeah. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because I have to open my mouth a lot to even get it to like that. Maybe I need to... Oh man. Let me think here. 0.4 maybe? 0.4? Huh? Is that good? That might be a little bit better. Well, I mean, I'm an anime person, so I guess I don't really need my mouth to be that open, but I would like to have my mouth open a little bit, is the thing, so, Yeah. Maybe... Is that how that works? Oh, wait, no, there we go. That may be... Wait, no, hold on. Let me try something. Oh, that's my eye. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Uh-oh. I was doing the wrong thing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, eye open right, eye open left. Oh, no. Was that 0.4, right? That explains a lot, actually. Hold on. Where is mouth? Where mouth? Where mouth? Mouth form. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that needs to be very much adjusted. That needs to be absolutely adjusted. Even 0.7 maybe? Even that's a little bit iffy. Honestly, 0.5? Wait, no, that's mouth form. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, mouth open, here we go. Yeah, that needs to be like 0.5. There we go, okay. That seems like maybe, I hope everyone's enjoying this wonderful, me finagling with stuff as to try and figure... Okay, see, that's much better. I can already tell that's much better. Like, you can actually tell that I'm opening my mouth as I'm speaking, which is... Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. Alright, well, hope everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, today we're gonna be doing some Umamusume as per usual. Hope everyone's ready for that. With the JP side. I will say, okay, and I'll say this, I apologize, I think I'm gonna have to switch my Wi-Fi, unfortunately, because it seems like my upload speed is complete shite, which, for streaming purposes, is kinda not good. I'm getting... I mean, you're probably not having too many issues on your side, but I'm just like... It's an issue, right? I don't know. It's like, I feel like it can be much better, is the thing. I guess the bitrate isn't too bad right now, but it's definitely... it's dropping. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work. So, fortunately, I'm gonna have to switch. Luckily, I think... the service that I signed up for has like some number of day free trial. If you don't like it, return it, no cost. I'm gonna see about that. If not, rip. But you know, I think it really is like I cannot have to deal with the... And look at that. See, now the bitrate is actually really good. Oh, it's going back down. Oh, there it goes. Oh, wait, no, it's good. It's good. It's bad. I don't know, man. It's annoying. It also doesn't help that I tried to upload the VOD yesterday and for a game that usually doesn't take that long to upload. I guess we'll see today if it does take like more than an hour and a half to upload this Umamusume VOD, which does not take, usually only takes like 30 minutes to upload anything. So if it takes more than even an hour, that's not a good sign. I might have to figure something out there, but anyway, personal issues aside, I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I sure did. We'll talk about that. But let's just get into the game, shall we? Hopefully it doesn't blow out everyone's eardrums, but hopefully it should be fine. I guess we'll see. Where's my thing? There's my thing. Alright, let's get into the game. Also, I apologize if the video looks a little off. Sometimes this happens where the video, for some reason, kind of switches to a completely different, weird, where the heck did that go? To a weird, like, brighter version, and for whatever reason, it looks like OBS switched their settings, so now I don't know how to switch it back to what it was before, which is kind of sucky, so I'm kind of doing this on the fly, but I think that's... Okay, I think I got it to good enough brightness, because, see, this is... Okay, 105. See, this is what it looks like by default, which, that's bright, you know? It's a little too bright, so I gotta tone that down just a little bit. I think 105 is perfect, so we'll do that. But yeah, that is annoying. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna... Hold on, let me let's check something real quick. Sorry, I'm being silent because I'm like testing out. I think that's fine. Okay. I think the volume's fine. I don't know why the last stream I did at this, for whatever reason, actually, I don't like the way... Man, why does OBS... Why do you have to change settings, man? Why you gotta change stuff? It was fine before. It was easy before. I knew what I was doing. Now I don't know what the hell is going on here. Change sucks. Hold on, let me try something real quick. This might break stuff, but... What if I do this? Okay. What if I do that? What if I configure default? Okay. What if I deactivate it? What if I activate it and deactivate it? That does nothing. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. Configure crossbar. What the hell does that mean? Why does it not open anything? Thanks, OBS. I love that. Okay. Yeah, why did they change the settings for video capture? I don't understand. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, right? It's the whole thing of, oh, you know, make it more custom for people to see it, but also now it was perfect before. Now it's shite, and I don't like it. I guess it's just a tad too dark now, though. Hold on. 110 maybe? It's like barely... It's good enough, but it's like, it's just a tad off, which is really annoying me. I mean... Because this is too dark, but then if I get it a little bit brighter... I feel like this is too bright now. 115 maybe? 119. I'm like comparing this with my phone. Yeah, because it's like it's too bright in like the lighter settings here. But then it's too dark. It's just the contrast is so off. Let me look this up. I'm sure somebody has also had the same problem as me with this. That's the wrong thing. Oh god, I'm gonna have two of those open. Okay. OBS, what is this video? This is video capture, right? This is... Oh my goodness, what in the video capture device, yeah. Video capture device, new settings. Oh boy, okay,
余計なジョークでしらけさせることもない。
Okay, I don't love this for me. Okay.
私の道はすべて私が決める。檻も鎖も全部ぶっ壊す。目指すべき世界で一等輝く。
Properties.
私だ。
Yes. Configure video. Configure. Where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. Configure video. Wait a second. When was this article update? Oh, this is the old. See, that's what I'm talking. It's like.
わかりやすくて最高だな。
This is from 2022, so this has to be the old properties. Well, ain't that a sackish poopy? Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, Washabe21, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Sorry you have to see me in this state as I'm configuring stuff. Everybody loves some good scuff, you know? Always a pleasure to have this kind of thing. I think I'm just gonna have to accept that, I'm just gonna have to accept the slightly off-looking colors here and just deal with it. So I don't waste too much more time. I'm surprised nobody... I'll have to look into this a little bit further. Hold on, maybe if I do a Google search. Come on, DuckDuckGo. And my internet slow. Yeah, I need to get new internet, dude. This is... Okay, yeah, it's... What do you mean unusual traffic from this network? Brother. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll deal with it later. Because... Absolutely. Screw that. Good enough. Okay, yeah, yes, please. Why does the properties keep opening? Go away. Okay, there we go. OBS, we love you for sometimes. I'm also playing the JP version of Uma, but on my phone, though. I'm also actually playing, technically, this is actually technically my phone. I just have a video capture, and this is my Fold 6. So that's why it has the little kind of it's a little bit more wider of a screen, but yeah, I'm also kind of technically playing on my phone as well. It also helps with kind of like the streaming purposes of here as well. I mean, I know I could probably play, if I really wanted to have the best like kind of streaming experience, I'd probably be playing on the Steam version. But then I'd have to get a Japanese Steam account, and you know, there's a lot of hoops to go through there, so I'm lazy and I'd rather just do it on my phone here, which I am fine with that. Okay, so... let's actually get started. I spent a little bit of time before the stream kind of researching what characters I wanted, what characters are kind of best for the CM. I know that fortunately Almondai is actually not very meta. I mean, she is still kind of in the meta list, but like she's not meta, which is thank God for that. But the characters that I did see is, I think it was Grand Allegria and Still in Love were kind of like the top two, depending on the source that you were looking at. Sprinkled in with like a few other characters, but I think Gran is definitely like the top, which is good because I like Gran, so I'm absolutely gonna do her. I'll take that out of context. But as for the other characters, it's a little bit more of a toss-up. And actually, hold on, let me just let's take a little bit of a breako so that I can show y'all the sources I was looking at. Bambo, let me get that ready. I don't know how to make a Japanese Steam account. Yeah, I didn't really look too far into it either. Oh, that's my music. I didn't really look into it too far either. I just know that it was going to be a bit of a pain, knowing that kind of process. I mean, I know way back when I was trying to make like a Japanese Google Play account, which fortunately that's been able to, you know, still be tied to Japanese kind of, I guess, area for what, and they never changed that back, despite the fact that I've had that for like, honestly, like 5+ years at this point. So that's how I've been able to download stuff like Umamusume Japanese version and like, and Gakumas, Gaku and Automaster, so... that's been pretty handy, and like you don't even really need to be logged into a VPN to download stuff, which is actually really clutch. So thank you for that, Google. But as I was saying, you got Gran, you got Still in Love. I also have everybody's favorite U-Tools, which I know certain a certain TM is also recommended this to me, and I figure why not incorporate some other sources because don't want to rely too much on one source. And you can kind of see that Gran also is also like almost 6 bashins, which is pretty damn good compared to the rest of the crowd here. But you got your whole hodgepodge of characters here. It does actually seem like Nigen. Well, I think it's specifically like Suzuka, obviously with the runaway strat. But it seems like for the most part, as per usual with the meta of this game, it all comes down to actually backliners seem to be pretty powerful this time, but you do have a pretty good amount of paces as well to kind of balance that out. What I'm thinking though is in terms of characters that I want to bring, I mean, Gran is obviously number one. If I really want to be a meta slave, I would probably bring Still in Love and another character from this S tier, or like kind of in the top here. But I'm not a meta slave. I actually, the whole waifu over meta philosophy. So with that in mind, I mean, it helps that Gran is also kind of one of my favorite characters, so why the hell not? So looking at this list, and I realized that there's a whole bevy of characters that are also debuffers, because yes, this CM allows debuff skills. I know the last few CMs have not, which I actually kind of enjoy that. So I'm gonna not really look forward to probably seeing a lot of the whole idea of ace plus 2 debuffers, but well, I think I'll steer clear of that for now. Maybe I might create a few debuffers, maybe like a Cheer Nature and like one of these other characters, just to have my options open. We have about 3 weeks until the CM starts, so I think I have plenty of time to kind of prepare for that. I say that, and then I end up not actually having anything ready for the most part because I'm too busy with other stuff. But Gran, I think definitely. If you look closer at what they kind of recommend for team building, which if I scroll down here, and I don't want to scroll too fast, otherwise it's gonna make y'all motion sick. But if we look at kind of what they have recommended for I guess team building here. You look and you see, pace. It seems like the top two strategies they recommend are one pace and two backliners. So like a late surger or an end closer, and then kind of another variant is the two backliners plus a debuffer. And then you got your whole variants there. From what I was looking at when I was looking at the recommendations for support cards, I was actually originally planning on having Pace Chaser, Late Surger, and an End Closer. Unfortunately, though, the recommended cards for End Closer are pretty niche. Like, I don't have a lot of them. Like, you see here, you either have something like since this is a mile CM, there's a lot of variants in what you can do here. But you have like Dream Journey, you have you have Green Allegria, you have the Daring Tact, which, speaking of which, Rip Tact. I'll talk about the 5.5th anniversary stream that happened about not a few hours ago, but I'd say a few hours ago. And we'll talk about the ramifications of that, especially with the new characters that came out. But we'll get into that later. But Tact, there's also I also see the recommendations for a stamina, which if you look at the other strategies, they recommend Doto, which fortunately I do have fully limit broken Doto, so I mean that's probably the direction I'm going with, just because I don't have any of the recommended Guts cards. I didn't really pull for that gotcha. The only issue though is that when you look at the end closers, you notice that they recommend the Duramente stamina card, which I obviously don't have, so they recommend that for everything here. So I'm just thinking like this is kind of a lost cause. Like I don't think this is something I can realistically be able to kind of have or like create any sort of good UMA for that. So I think that's kind of a rip. And I say that's a rip because there's a few characters in the end closer, and I'm going to scroll way up, so excuse me. There's a few characters in the end closer pool that I actually would be interested in training. Buena Vista or like Tiny No Gimlet. I've talked before about how I've really wanted Tiny No Gimlet to be in my CM teams because her version of Miss Victoria is very good. It's Chef's Kiss. I think it got taken over by Fenomeno. Fenomeno's version of Miss Victoria is absolutely the best version in the entire game. But Tanya no Gimlet is also pretty damn good as well. So I've tried to make the excuse for whenever Gimlet is anywhere near feasible, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's put her in my team. But unfortunately, I think with the current state of my support cards, that's not really an option. So with that being said, I think I'm probably going to go with a 1 Pace Chaser and a 2 Late Surgers. And I see we have an Oguri here, Sin Grey Oguri, which I do have. So Sin Grey Oguri, Grand Allegria, and then I think for the last Pace or Late Surger, I'm seeing the Island City, Island Gold City, which I think I'll go with that one because I do have that one. And if I do look just to kind of spot check into U tools as well, they're all pretty high, relatively high on the list here, right? Obviously, Grand's number 1. You have Oguri kind of in the somewhat top tier as well, and then Gold City is nothing to sneeze at. I think the fact that she has the Mile B here maybe lowers it down a little bit, but maybe I don't think that really matters too much. So that being said, I think we'll stick with that plan. And then if I go back to the game real quick, I'll show y'all. And Shakur's been waiting for like the past 10 minutes just standing there, so sorry, Shakur. That's not the right screen. This is the screen. So I was tinkering around with possibilities for what I wanted to do in terms of support card lineups. Like I said, I have Doto fully limit broken, and I don't have any of the Guts cards. So I'm thinking I might do 2 speed, 1 stamina, 1 power, and then 1 wit. But I also opened up the option to maybe see if this might be better. I say better in quotes because you notice that I don't really have very good support cards in the way of any of this, excuse me, frankly. So Teo's only 1 LB. Man, I mean, I guess Fine Motion's usable at 3 LB, but I really do want her to be max LB. And then Minecraft at 2 LB, so not the best lineup. I really do feel like this support card lineup is a lot better. So I'll start with this one, see how we go. Maybe I might switch over, train Oguri with this lineup, and then same thing for the Late Surgers as well, right? You have I'm borrowing the digital card because I don't have that one. But if you, I also have the option to, I think it was this one. I do have her. She's just has no limits broken, so obviously not as nearly as powerful as you want her to be. But we'll see whether this may be another option, but I think I'll stick with what probably is going to end up being the better Uma anyway, and I think this will still be feasible for a CM type thing. So this will probably be the Gran and City lineup. So with that explanation out of the way, let's get into the team build. Let's actually get into building stuff, shall we? So let me start with our presumably ace, which I assume is probably going to be good old Grand Allegria, which if I scroll all the way down is right here. Ohamaru. I mean, come on, she's the Maya Queen. She has to be the top. Well, she doesn't have to be, but it feels wrong not making her the top, one of the top characters for a Mile CM. I mean, she says Mile pretty much every freaking sentence. It's like the drinking game, or not drinking game. It's like the game I had with Marvelous Sunday when I did a Marvelous Sunday run, where it's like take a drink every time Marvelous Sunday says marvelous. And I think I ended up taking 20 something drinks, which to be fair, it was just sips of water. I wasn't actually drinking. This was just a game I came up with on the spot. But if you do that, I would not recommend it because you're gonna take a lot of drinks. Speaking of which, that was just me hydrating. But I think we could do the same thing with actually, it might be worse with Mile, with this Mile Queen over here. Take a drink every time she says Mile or references Mile. I think you'd probably die. I'm not even kidding. That would not end well. Oh god, yeah, parents. I need to hold on. Parents. Let me see. I need to take a look because I didn't get that far into what I was preparing for. From what I saw, the recommended parents are, and this is hilarious because it's Seiyun Sky and Nishino Flower, which if you know, right? You know that they were the IRL couple, right? They're a ship in the game, so it's hilarious how they're those two are, I guess, the best parents for this situation. But let me see what we got here. I don't know. I know I have a lot of good. Actually, I have good parents for both of them because they're. It's crazy how in the entire lifespan of this game, Seiyun Sky is still a really good parent, and so is Nishino Flower, actually, original one. So luckily, because I've been playing this game for ever, honestly, like for 5.5 years, I have a lot of parents. So let me see what we got for mile situations. I think most of them are going to be medium situations, unfortunately. So I might have to kind of just take a look-sees here. I feel like I have more better Nishino Flower parents. Or maybe not. I know I have a lot more Seiyun Sky parents, like generally speaking. So, hold on. Otomate kudasai. I'm just thinking about one thing. Yeah, inherit power or speed. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I was like, since I'm gonna be bringing a stamina card, I shouldn't be inheriting stamina. I should just be inheriting. Just get as much speed as you can. Unfortunately, though, I'm not really given much choice here. But let me take a good old scroll through and see. Does this have any mile aptitudes? Yeah, I'm starting to feel like maybe Nishino Flower might be the one that has the mile aptitudes. I mean, this one has a lot of short aptitudes. Actually, this one's a 9-star short. Damn. Oh, I know. This is one I made recently for like actual parent building. So that's pretty neat. Let's see here. I think I might have skipped Nishino, or not Nishino Flower. Seiyun Sky, where are you? But it's a Guts Inherit. That's I mean, that's not bad. That's six. Yeah, six mile inherits. I'll take this for now, but let me continue looking. I really don't want to inherit Guts. It's not my favorite. But again, I don't parent build, so kind of limited to choices here. And why am I spitting so much? Sorry, I'm just wiping the spit away from my phone here. Very thirsty boy, apparently. Oh. Okay, well this one's not as good on the inherit side. Let me see about Nishino Flower. Let me make my way back up top. Yeah, I don't think I have as many Nishino Flower parents, so probably going to be a little bit less. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Ah shit, it's just all mile inherits or short inherits. That's not helpful. I guess it also depends. Well, it doesn't really depend because I'm sure I can find somebody who has either a 9-star mile inherit parent for Nishino Flower or Seiyun Sky. So I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Let's see. I think it's more just on me to see which one has the best number of mile inherits, so I can get that juicy S-mile, the smile, as I say. Where do we have a Nishino Flower? Nishino Flower, where are you? Where are you, actually? Okay, well, there's another one. I think it's just all mediums. Yeah, that's mediums. That's not helpful. What about this one? This one's this one's the short one I was looking at. Okay, nope. Yeah, I'm thinking Seiyun Sky is probably the way to go here, y'all. So probably just I'm gonna try and wrap this up ASAP. Really wish the screen for this was bigger. Seriously, why is it so limited to this small ass window? I don't really get that. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Hold on. Chotomate. Oh, that's tempting. This one is actually... Wait, this one's almost exactly the same. Hold on a minute. That's interesting. It's almost exactly the same in terms of the inherits, too. So I guess I can work with either of these. Let's see. This one's Kita-san and Digital. This one's King Halo and Karen-chan. Let me take a look at what other skills, because I'm thinking grandparents what would probably be best to inherit. Neither, apparently, because none of these are on the list there. And then what about this one? Kita and Digital. I don't even see any of those on the list. So that's just a big fat whoop-de-doo. Okay. Well... I don't know. I don't really know. This one is... Wait, hold on. It's not this one. It's this one. Wait, I'm confusion. Wait, it's not you. It's this one. Well, shit. Hold on. Oh, well then this one. Oh, wait, no, this is Guts. Oh, I confused myself. Okay. So it's either this one or the Nishino Flower with the 41. I think I'm gonna go for the Nishino Flower. I just think that the Inherits are slightly better there. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do... Borrow. We'll try and find a good Seiun Sky, which I'm sure there's a ton of them. Yeah, look at that. I think I already found one. Not exactly. Not exactly. Hold on. Let's see. Mile. Oh, Ines. Very good. Yeah, that's probably good. Let me just take a quick gander at this one and see if this one's slightly better. We got Marzinski. Got Minecraft. I feel like this one is slightly better. Well, let me see, because Ines I don't think really has a good, unique... I think I like this one a little bit better. But we'll take this one. Okay, and I'll save this for... Actually, hold on. Wait a second, I'm doing this for... God, y'all, I don't know what I'm on today, sorry. I'm wasting everyone's time with this. This is for Pace Chasers. I need to do this for... I need to do this for Late Surgers, which is slightly different. What is the recommendation for this one? This one's, okay, same, almost the same. This is Metro Orion and Nishino Flower. Okay, actually, here, let me do this. Let me save this. No, don't do that. Let me save this to here. Yes. Okay. And then that makes it easier because I'll just keep that Nishino Flower, and then let me try and find who has a Metro Orion parent. I'm sure there's plenty of y'all out there. Please? Oh no, wait, hold on, maybe not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti. That's not... Actually, hold on. Isn't there... There's a search thing now. Yeah, they implemented this shit now, which is... Thank God for that. They should have done this a lot sooner. Yeah, I can just do this shit. So much easier, I say, as I scroll down the list of characters. Major Orion. Okay. Let's see what we got for Orion parents. Oh, good heavens. Okay. I should have... Hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh, thank God. Okay, Mile. Yes. Okay, let's see. No. 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 Man, these are terrible. Wait, oh, hold on, I found one. I think I found one. Is this one of my friends? Is this one of my friends? Or is this just a random search? I feel like this is just a random search. I mean, I don't mind that, but like, I'm just like, that's random. I mean, if it is a random search, I think this is a random search, like high key, low key. Well, if that's the case, here, let me see what y'all got for borrows. I mean, I think I have like most of these cards, so that's not really that useful with borrow. But fuck it. I guess for the sake of time, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, we'll follow this guy. Is that what I do there? Yeah, follow Shite Rentaru. Hi. Okay. So I'll save that over here. Oh, cool. Okay, and then we'll use that for the pastries, or the late surgers. That's what they're called. Okay. Let's actually get into this run, shall we? It's been 43 minutes and we haven't even started on a run. Oh no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do an auto run. I've been doing a lot of auto runs with Ines just to get the fan count for my circle. Okay, I think that looks good. Yep. Okay, let's do it. Let's get training. Only took a million years to figure that out. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Alright. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good, oh, God. Okay, yeah, we're good. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. It's hot. It's hot, y'all. That's the weather update. I think I've already given it, but I'm gonna reiterate it, and it's not going to get any better, unfortunately. I think the entire forecast for this next week is actually like highs of around like high 90s, 100, which I think for y'all non-Americans out there, that's like 35 plus, so not fun. Not fun. I'm not having a good time. Having said that, I was like, so there was a little bit of me that was like, oh god, I don't want to go outside. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, I hate the heat. But then I'm just like, you know, it's gonna be like this for honestly the foreseeable next few weeks, because that's around. This is honestly, I wouldn't say this is usual, but it like I've said before, this is kind of the hottest season for us here in this area. So I knew that, you know, and I even knew, because I think moving in last year, I remember the first few weeks, if not the first few months, were pretty damn hot. Having said that, though, I'm still just like, it's still not fun. You know, I'm not a big fan of the heat. So I'm just like looking at my, how do I look at my support cards? Hello? Hello? Support cards? Support cards? Support cards. Support cards. No. Am I stupid? The answer is yes. There we go. How do we want to do this? It's really up to vibes. I think we'll just do... It's harder when it's like 4 types of cards, because then I'm just like, I can't really... Then I can't really figure, you know, I have to kind of think about and just hope for the best. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright. And I completely forgot the point I was making, so that's great. Love that for me. I was talking about something and I now completely forgot about it. What was I talking about? I legitimately don't remember. That's actually really bad. I think it'll be fine. Surely it wasn't that important. Heal me? Oh, that's not that much. I guess we'll just do one of these bad boys. Is this the first time I'm training Gran in this scenario? I think so. I think this is the first time I'm training her in this, so that'll be fun. See what her animations are. Oh right, I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the heat and why I was like, okay, I hate it. But like, no, I think at some point I was just like, man, I gotta suck it up, and like, because I don't want to be sitting in my apartment for the entire weekend, right? So it's just like, because that just feels like a waste. I was like, nah, I gotta do stuff. So I went out. I went out to little Tokyo, actually. Fun little place to... I've been, honestly, a lot of times. I think it's the place I go to the most in this area. Just because I think it's close, it's relatively close by, right? It has a lot of nice things to do, like window shopping and all that stuff. And I actually did a lot of real shopping today. A lot more than I thought I would, so... That was pretty neat, though. But yeah, they were having, like, a festival. Like, I think it was, like, the Nikkei, one of those... one of those words. Festival. So I was walking around and, looking at the sights there, and then going to kind of the usual places I like to go to around there, and, just enjoying the atmosphere. I will say that, it felt like there was a lot less people than there usually are. And I don't know whether that's because I went a little bit later during the, or a little bit earlier during the day, but also I don't think so, because I usually go, like, around, like, say, like, early afternoon, if not, like, kind of around lunchtime, because I feel like that, yeah, that is usually when I go, but I feel like the heat probably definitely contributed to the fact that there were that many people, so it was nice, though, because I will say, it does actually get pretty poppin', both for good and for worse. Because, yeah, sometimes it can be pretty bad with the amount of people that are there. But this time I think it was a good manageable amount, so, you know, that was a... Oh, man, I still didn't get shark there. It was good. It was good, though. And, like I said, I did get a lot of... Or not a lot of stuff, but I actually got a decently good amount of stuff. Like, I was walking around... if you've been to that little Tokyo, you know there's, like, a few kind of... I wouldn't say key places, but there's a few kind of bigger places, right? something like the book off over there is pretty interesting. Oh, okay, just that one. Yeah, the book off. There's the I'm gonna just name drop all these stores. The Anime Jungle, which has a lot of kind of branch off stores nowadays, which is kind of crazy apparently from what I've heard. It used to just be the one store, and now it's just kind of expanded into its own empire, which is pretty cool. And then also the recently opened Kinokuniya, which I actually really did want to go to for a little bit. Ever since they announced that they were open, I was just like, well, shit, I gotta check it out. And so this was actually kind of a... Sorry, hold on. This was kind of a nice excuse for me to go out there and also see what it's all about and see how it is. Before I get into my review of that, I will say... yeah, no, it's crazy, because I did not expect... Like I said, I did not expect to buy stuff. But I actually got a good amount of things, specifically Ines Fujin stuff. There was actually a pretty good amount of stuff when I was walking around and just browsing. Specifically at Book Off. Can I just talk about Book... I mean, Book Off is nice if you're like looking for like obscure stuff, but... like, some of their prices are fucking outrageous. Like, I was looking, because they have like a whole like a kind of a subsection of a case for Umamusume now, which is kind of another crazy thing nowadays with the rise of the Umamusume, I guess, fandom over here in the West. But it's crazy seeing how fucking expensive they label some of the how crazy they label some of the... Yeah, I know, I would love to do that, but unfortunately I can't. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to heal here. Because I was looking... Because some of the keychains... Because they have, like, a lot of kind of obscure... Not obscure-ish, but, like, relatively... I guess... What's the word? Like rare-ish stuff, right? Stuff from like Ichiban Kuji, stuff from like just rare things that like limited edition goods and all that. Which, okay, I can kind of understand then why the prices are like that. But also, for some of the keychains, I'm just like, it's fucking insane that they're like trying to charge like $50 for a keychain. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like it's not that limited edition, brother. It's like, that's crazy. And I don't even think it's like the inflation per character or anything, because it's wildly inconsistent. Because I'm looking at some stuff that, I mean, obviously something like a Tokai Teo may have something that's pretty expensive, but then it's just like there's one of them that's like $50, and then there's one that's more reasonable, like $15-ish, which, I mean, now that I think about it, is still kind of a little bit expensive, but given how merch prices are nowadays, I feel like that's not too out of the blue. But it's just insane. Like, I don't know who is in charge of labeling the prices and stuff, because I'm just like, some of these prices are crazy. Having said that, when I was looking at the Umamusume section, I noticed that they had an Ines thing. Specifically, I think it was like a sticker, and it was only $3, and I was like, well, shit, you know, that's not too bad. I mean, it is just a sticker at the end of the day, but if you don't know, my favorite character is Ines Fujin, and oh shit, die there. And like, she barely gets any merch. She doesn't even have a figure. She doesn't have, like, not even like a prize figure. She has nothing on that regard. Which, seeing all the figure announcements from the Pocket Tube didn't make me salty, because at this point I'm just resigned myself to never having a figure of her ever, unless I custom order it or something. But still kind of just like seeing all these new characters get figures, it's like, man, must be nice. It's the Squidward meme of just me looking out, or like me or Ines just looking out, and just like while the other two are having fun on their own and all that. That's a classic meme. That same meme template can be applied to what I was talking about before with, man, Daring Tact. I feel sorry for all the Daring Tact fans, myself included, because I'm also kind of was hoping that she'd be the character for the 5.5th anniversary. But, you know, I guess it was kind of... There were the signs, right, of Epiphanea being the character, so, you know, congrats to her. I'm still gonna pull for her because, you know, why the hell not? She's a new character, but I'm not gonna be as excited. Which actually may come back to help me based on past history, given that I have usually been pretty bad with regards to like what's the word? Like desire sensors and stuff, right? Like every time I've wanted a character and tried to pull for them, it takes a lot more pulls. So, having said that though, that isn't exactly always the case, because I can think of one good example with the Bukador, Kaden Bukador, where I got her in legitimately like 12 pulls, using only tickets. That actually worked out to be really good for me. But generally, it's not worked out too well. For instance, the Ines Fujin, back with the English version, back a few months ago, that took all 200 pulls. That was a big oof, big painful. That was big. Did not. That was not good. This is not good. So, actually, let's go. Yeah. But yeah, no, a lot of big news. I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to stay up to watch it, because I'd done that before with I think a pretty important Pocket Tube, where I was like, oh shit, I think this was the, I don't remember which one it was specifically, but I remember, maybe it wasn't that it was important, maybe it was just more so that I just happened to be staying up, and I was like, well, you know, I see that the Pocket Live is about to start in 2 hours, why not just stay up until 4 freaking or 5 freaking a.m. my time, and might as well just watch it, and then maybe fall back asleep, or maybe actually go to sleep. But I figured, nah, I think I've been actually on a pretty good sleep schedule. Like, I actually went to sleep at a relatively good time yesterday, like 12 a.m., so I was feeling pretty tired, and I was like, let's actually just sleep. And so I did that, and it worked out, because I woke up all nice and refreshed. I actually woke up really early today. I woke up at like 7 a.m., which I guess is not that early, because that's usually when I wake up for work, but like, I woke up, and I was like, well, I guess I could fall asleep for a little bit, but I actually got a pretty good amount of sleep, so I'm just gonna wake up now. So got a pretty early start today, which always feels pretty good. It makes me feel like an actual responsible human being, which I know I definitely feel like I'm not. But sometimes it's nice to pretend, you know. Sometimes it's nice to make believe. So. But yeah, let's see, what was the other thing? Yeah, so I went to, where was I in the Japantown story? I don't quite remember. Also, I'm not gonna lie, it has been a little bit since I've done the JP run. I've been kind of grinding out EN between the event and the trial, whatever event that was happening in there, which I unfortunately got a really late start in, so I wasn't able to get all the rewards from it, but at least I got a good amount. So, you know, that's what I get for being a bit more casual on the EN side, which is fine, you know. I put all my effort, not all my effort, but I put a majority of my effort into this game. Oh shit, new area conversation. Oh, wait, no, this isn't new. What the heck? Why? Oh, that's cool, I guess. Okay. But what was I saying? Oh right, okay, yeah, I was sorry. I'm so sidetracked today. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe I should get more sleep. Maybe I did wake up a bit too early. Could have also been a possibility. Because technically, I think I only got like 7 hours of sleep, so could have gotten a little bit more. I think I'm one of those people that can get by with like around 6. Once it gets like below 6 hours of sleep for me, that's usually been historically pretty bad in terms of consequences and stuff. So usually I try to get at least 6, but ideally I'd like, you know, 7. 7 is usually kind of the area that I like to hit, and then if it gets to like 8, then, you know, that's great, but, you know, that's kind of more of a luxury than anything, especially these days with me having to wake up early. Let me get a date event going. But yeah, so I went to the Japantown Festival, or sorry, the Little Tokyo Festival. Sorry, Little Tokyo. It's the Little Tokyo here in LA. Japantown is San Francisco. But I did that. It was they had like a little area for all the stalls and stuff, which I didn't realize was Okay, here's the funny part. I was trying to find it, and I went like in a really roundabout way, and I ended up finding the area, and I was like, okay, here it is. And then when I did all the exploration and all stuff, and then I went out, and I realized it was pretty much exactly near where I always walk in terms of kind of that like specific like plaza area. I just didn't realize that you just had to walk in a specific direction from there. So that was that was a little bit of an oof, but hey, at least I know now. So there you go. But yeah, that was good. And the stalls, which you know, standard stuff. So that wasn't too exciting. What was kind of more fun was in the I think it was the cultural center or whatever. They had like all sorts of kind of like little different fun exhibits. Like they had a bonsai exhibit, which is always kind of fun to look at. They had and I forgot, Sachiko, that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? For the life of me, I was trying to remember what it was called, and I suddenly, for whatever reason, right at this moment, figured it out. Let me look this up. Sachiko. If I just look this up, maybe that might be it. Nope. Sachiko. Is that what that's called? Sashiko. Okay, that's what it's. Okay, no wonder. Yeah, so there was another exhibit for like Sashiko, which is like this type of Japanese embroidery, I guess. And they had like all sorts of like kind of people selling their works and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting. But what really caught my eye was this. Don't judge me for this because this is gonna make me sound so fucking basic. But you all know the Trader Joe's the mini canvas tote bags that they sell every so often that people like wait in line for and get in like absolute chaos mode and stuff. There was one of those, but it was really well done in that it was stitched in that style with a whole bunch of like sakura, like, and speaking of sakura, they're right here, like sakura petals. And what was even more great about that was they also had like, I guess they also did like the stitching inside where they lined it with a kind of a nice flower pattern on the inside. And so I was like, damn, this actually really looks good. Like I was not expecting to buy anything from this, but it really caught my eye. And then so I was like, okay, well, let me go to this next exhibit, which I think was I forgot what it's called. It's like it's the art of, you know, the art of repairing stuff with like gold or whatever, kintsugi or whatever. I think that's what it's called. There was a exhibit. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest and frank. Exhibit in huge air quotes because it was not an exhibit. It was just two tables. One of which was selling stuff. Actually, no, both of them I think were technically selling stuff. One of them was selling like goods, and the other was like trying to sell like courses and stuff. I mean, they did have like examples of it. Like they had like maybe like 5 examples of their work, which it looked nice. But I was also just like, I waited for an overcrowded elevator to take me up to the 5th floor for this. Not worth. I'm sorry, but yeah, that was not the best use of my time there. But it also gave me some time to kind of think about whether I wanted to buy that bag, and in the end I did, even though, and don't judge me for this, it was $50. Hey, it's okay, I'm supporting local artists and all that, you know? I'm supporting local associations, the Sashiko Association or whatever, I don't know what they were called. Maybe I should have gotten information on that. I feel like a terrible person. It's fine. But yeah, I got that, it was all good. And again, that's not the only thing I bought, because I bought the Ines sticker. I also bought, there was a Ines, a keychain, I think. And they also, this was at Anime Jungle, which if you know Anime Jungle, they have all sorts of different kind of goods and stuff. Actually for decently, usually reasonable prices. I mean, you still have to be on the lookout to make sure they're not like scalping you on stuff. But honestly, for the most part, their prices are actually pretty decent compared to some of the other, like, you know, obviously if there's something like a book off can honestly fuck off sometimes with some of the prices, but no, they actually have some pretty decent, like, I was looking at all the figures and stuff that they had, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty tempted at some of the figure price, like the figures that they were selling, because it was just like, damn, this is actually not that bad of a price. Like, I think they were selling the what was it? The I don't know what scale it was, but the Megumi Kato from Saikano, the boring girlfriend, that anime, which I really love. Well, I don't love that anime, but it was a decent anime. I just really love her, that character. And obviously she has a whole bunch of figures, but she has the swimsuit figure, which I want to say it's a 1/4. I don't think it's a 1/4 scale though. I think it's like a, that one was probably like a 1/6 scale. But they were selling that for like maybe, I think it was like $120, which honestly, that's actually not that bad of a price. Like I was really thinking about it. Like I was like, I don't want to spend too much. Obviously, because I've talked about last stream a little bit about how the moving process was a lot more expensive than I thought it was. So I was trying to be a bit more careful with my money. And yet here I am spending all this money on stuff anyway. So that's and I'm going to be spending a lot more money tomorrow because I'm going to go grocery shopping at a whole bunch of different places just to restock some of my shelves and my refrigerator, which is pretty empty right now, I'm not going to lie. Because I throw away a lot of stuff that ended up being expired during the move-in, which is kind of a shame. That's 100% my fault. But it also gives me a good opportunity to restock on stuff. But also that is expensive, so I'm not looking forward to doing my finances. I'm already in the red for this month. Luckily, it's going to be a new month soon, so I don't have to worry about that. I think that's how that works, right? Right? Yeah, that's how that works. Anyway. Yeah, well. So that was that. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. Oh, actually, another thing I bought at... Did I mention? No, I did not. The other thing I bought at Anime Jungle besides the Ines keychain was the Tamamo Cross. The famous Tamamo Cross with the what is it? The nervous looking and I was looking because I have it right here to my right. Yeah, the nervous looking plush, which admittedly may be a bit more expensive than it should be. How much was that? Like $19.99? Yeah, that's probably more expensive than it probably should have been. But no, I really wanted that. I think I've talked about how I drove all the way to the only Animate store here in in the U.S. Honestly, Los Angeles, but yeah, also the U.S. I drove all the way over there, which was not a short drive, mind you, but I've been there a few times, but it was more just kind of like because I wanted to drive over there and see stuff and all that. Over in, I guess, what end up, I guess that is kind of a little bit more South LA-ish area, South Bay, I think that's what they call that area, but I ended up driving over there because I saw they had a tweet, or they tweeted that they had the, what is it, the Tama plushie, and then there was the Oguri plushie, right, with the one with the oversized cheeks and stuff, and I was like, well shit, I gotta get that, and then I drove over there and it turns out they didn't have them, so that was not great. That was a big rip. So when I saw that they had those at the jungle, I was like, yes, I absolutely need to get this, so I took the plunge. I'm trying to see, what else did I buy? Did I buy... Oh, and I also did a whole bunch of gachapons, because that's what I usually do every time I go over there, which I realize is pretty overpriced, but, you know, it's whatever. They still have the Gakumas, the characters with the running characters for Gakumas, which I feel like has been there for a while, and I want to say they said that was going to be discontinued soon, so I was like, okay, well, I guess that's rip. I never got Temari or Lilia, honestly. I did get Hiro, which is good, because the Hiro one is hilarious, because she looks like she's about to die. Don't take that out of context. But apparently it's still there, so, you know, I had to take the plunge and see if I can get one of my favorite characters. Unfortunately, I did get a non-dupe, which is good, but unfortunately I did get a Sumika, so... You know, at least it's not a dupe, at least I didn't get another Rinami or something. And I also did the, because they had the Sin Gray, I guess, like, mini acrylic standees, so I took the plunge for that, and I got CB. And so I got Super Creek and CB, and now I got all of them kind of lined up on my desk here. Don't ask me how much they were. I don't want to talk about that. That's not important. Not the important information. What is important is, I don't know. What was important is that, you know, it actually, I guess I realized that. Oh no, because that area is not really close to the I guess, beaches and stuff. Because for however hot it is over there, it's nothing compared to where if you live, like, kind of in the west areas, like, kind of Santa Monica, or even if you live close to a body of water, generally it's going to be a lot cooler over there. which, you know, that must be nice. Must be pretty cool to live in that area. But that's okay. But yeah, I don't know, for some reason when I went over there, it was actually not that hot. Or not as hot. Maybe I was just kind of slowly getting used to the hot temperatures. But I was actually not suffering as much. I was dying when I was walking over to the train station because the unfortunate part about living here, I shouldn't say unfortunate, but one of the minor drawbacks is that I'm slightly farther away from the train station now. I'm actually equidistant to like many train stations, which is a decently far walk, so unfortunately I have to, which actually isn't the most unfortunate thing. It is kind of nice getting some form of exercise with walking and stuff, but not when it's like freaking 90-something degrees at like 11 a.m. It's just like, I was dying by the time I got to the train station, which luckily I brought a towel, but in hindsight I probably should have brought my, like, the small fan that I have that I brought to, like, conventions and stuff, because that would have really helped. And I'm thinking, because like I said, I think for the next few weeks, the temperature is going to be, like, kind of pretty hot. So I think anytime I'm going to go out and do stuff, I think I'd probably have to pack that, because that is going to absolutely come clutch. But for now, I mean, I wasn't too bad. Once I got over that initial phase, I think I wasn't too terribly suffering. It also helped that I got a pretty large boba as well, from a place that I tried, and it was actually pretty good, so that's the lesson, you know, try new things. You never know what you might like and dislike. That is usually the thing for me, though. Like, I usually like trying new boba places. I like to kind of see what's in the area and see if I'm not missing out on any new kind of hit happening places. Having said that, I think it has been the case for the last, I guess, like few weeks or so. I haven't really been exploratory as much of this area specifically where I live, just because I feel like I've pretty much tackled all the places that I've in this general area. Granted, there are a bunch of boba places around here, but I still feel like I, for the most part, tackled or like tried all the main ones. But then I actually was, that reminds me of the thing where I was driving. I think this was about a week ago, and I was driving around, and usually, you know, when you're driving, you're focusing on the road, obviously, so, you know, whatever. But I think this time I was just getting caught at every single traffic light, so I was just like, okay, well, let me just take a look around. And then I turn to my left and I see, and this is a street that I've been like driving on for quite some time since living here. I noticed that there was like a boba place right there that I never tried, and it's actually decent. It's not walking distance, but it's like it's relatively not far, right? So I'm like, damn, how did I never notice that before? So apparently there's a few that I still haven't tried, but they're not walking distance. Unfortunately, with the move, I think none of the boba places are really walking distance for me anymore, which actually is probably a good thing. I really probably should stop drinking so much boba. It's not good for your, that shit's a sugar-loaded calorie bomb. So, probably for the best that I don't drink it as much. Or if I do, you know, probably best that I, have to, you know, walk a good amount just to get over there. Or I could just be a lazy ass and just park somewhere, but fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess, but also mostly fortunately, most of my favorite places are within parking that you have to pay for, so... or if it's free parking, it's parking that is freaking impossible to try and find, so that's good. That's actually beneficial in the long term. It all works out in the end. Speaking of beneficial for my health, I tried a new gym in my area, because I've talked about how my new building doesn't have a fitness center. I went to the gym. I think I talked about this yesterday. I did go to the gym yesterday, tried their day pass, and saw how it be, and it was pretty good. I might just subscribe over there, because it's only like $15 a month, so with the number of times I'm probably presumably going to use it, I think it's probably worth it in the long term, so probably have to sign up. I haven't signed up for it yet, but I will probably have to do so, because if I'm going to continue my streak of going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday sort of thing, I might as well do that. But that's pretty much been my day, you know. I did all that, got some goods, and actually I came back home and I saw that my my acrylics that I ordered about like a few, I want to say a few months ago. This was a little bit ago. They finally came. So I got I think it's like the starting future outfits. These are Umamusume acrylics. But I got those. I actually got like 4 of them. I got Ines Fuji, and I got Dansu, I got Nature, and I got Tannhäuser. 4 of my favorite characters. Actually, my top 4 favorite characters. I wanted to get a 5th one, but this was before this was like me. This was before I figured out that I like Tama in the top 5, so I was like debating between Tama and Oguri, so I was like, you know, I think I'll just save the money, maybe don't have to pay for 5 of them. So I ended up just going for the 4, but no, they're really nice. I don't have them built right now. They're kind of just sitting over there in my kind of little area over there, but it's good. I like them. They are very good. But yeah, I'll have to. The only issue is I'm starting to actually kind of run out of real estate in my desk here. So I might have to figure out where to arrange them. I guess I might have to put them over here at the edge. I don't know. The other kind of thing about relate to that is the fact that a lot of the stuff that I used to be able to kind of display kind of near my computer, because my computer was kind of near a wall, so I was able to kind of lean it against the wall, is not really a thing anymore. So now I have to figure out how to display all the things, such as the cards I have and some of the other merchandise. So I'm gonna have to creatively think of ways to display stuff. This also kind of goes back to this also kind of goes back to something I've talked about before with all the keychains over the years I bought from convention, or like not just keychains, but like all the stuff I bought from conventions over the years, stuff like keychains and sticker. Well, stickers not so much. Stickers I figured out what to do with that, but like keychains specifically, I think I bought a whole bunch, and I'm like I can't display all of them, or I can't put all of them in all the bags I have, because, you know, there's only so much real estate. I know there's the strategy of people using cork boards, which I might end up doing, because, you know, that might be the most easiest way of doing it. But I'm looking into kind of alternatives as well to see if there's anything maybe I can kind of do with that. See if I can maybe more creatively display the items. So, you know, open to suggestions there, but I'll have to take a look. Kind of all overarching theme of kind of a little bit of an interest I have in interior design, which I've always kind of had a little bit of an interest in it, but I've never really dove in. I never really dove too deep into learning more about it. I don't know how you really do that. Like, if there's classes for that, or like if there's like, wait, did I end up getting Mile S? I don't even know. Well, not that time, but I don't know if I got it last time. Did I get Mile S? I didn't. Oh shit. Well, this run's already a rip. That's okay. I feel like this run has not been the best. I'm just like, and I've been kind of busy yapping, but based on what I'm seeing here, it's not really great unless I can get a good last few turns. But would like it to be a little bit better. But yeah, that's been the day, I guess. And that's been how I've been so far. So now with that out of the way, I can now with me done yapping, I can finally start kind of focusing on what the hell I'm doing here, which, like I said, this is not the best run so far. See, okay, this is interesting. The frame rate is actually not that bad now. Or sorry, not the frame rate. The bit rate. The bit rate is actually pretty good now. Very interesting. Maybe it's actually started to correct itself. I don't know though. Oh, I say that and it's immediately starting to drop again. I don't know, man. This is pretty iffy. Pretty iffy, all things considered. I just think it might be a pain to have to change the Wi-Fi, so maybe I might just stick with this one. But also, like I said, I think I'll look I'll see how long it takes to upload this VOD, which I presume this is probably not going to be like an overly long stream. I'll probably end it after like 3 hours or so, but if this ends up being like a 1 hour plus hour upload, that's not a good sign. Like, that is just not a good, that's not good. So, I'll have to look into alternatives, which is annoying, and I've heard bad things about the alternative, like the fact that there's like tons of outages and stuff, which is kind of a reason why I ended up, and I'm not naming names, in terms of like kind of what is like my options are here. Not so much on purpose sort of thing, just cause like, yeah, whatever. You know, I know I was just name dropping all the stores that I just bought from Little Tokyo, but that's kind of different, right? This is me shit talking current IP that I'm using right now, or ISP. Yeah, it's not great. Actually, no, it is fine now. I don't know. We'll see. If it is actually fine, maybe I might just, because I am lazy, so I'm like, maybe I'll just stick with it and see how... That's the thing, right? It's like, I don't know how... It's not bad for y'all, right? Like, I'm like... No, I don't think it's that bad. Like, the thing is, none of my frames are dropped, but that's mainly because I changed the settings on OBS. I don't know whether that means that now suddenly my stream is only available max like 360p or something at moments, which is not really what I want, you know. The streaming experience would be pretty shit if that's the case. But I don't know. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh. You know what? Yeah, no, I think I definitely have to switch. Okay, because my playback on my stream manager is buffering. That's not good. That's not what you want to see. And yeah, I'm going back down to half of the bit rate there, so no. I'm waffling over it, but I think at the end of the day I'm gonna have to switch because this is not good. Not what I need for my life. Which sucks. It does suck. It also sucks because I think that means I'm gonna have to start using my my old modem and router, because I'm definitely not gonna have to use their equipment. Yeah. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. Similar to how we're dealing with the actually, now that I'm looking at it, the I know I was complaining earlier about the brightness of all this of the game showing up on the screen here, but it's actually not that bad now. Or maybe I've just gotten used to it. But not too terrible. Having said that, I should still probably look into what the settings are and how that translates new versus old and all that. Okay. Hold on. Before we continue, let me check something really quick. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, the unfortunate part about doing the one stamina strategy here, and I'm apologize, my nose has been really itchy this entire stream for whatever reason. Oh, okay. Is that I've already reached the stamina that I need, but now it's just like it feels like a waste because like you have some pretty juicy trainings here that occasionally will pop up. But unfortunately, I don't think I should really focus on this. And this is why I think maybe the gut strategy might actually be better in the long term, because you really don't need that much stamina. Even if there is the debuffers, but I think the debuffer strategy is more for the speed side of things, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I could very much be mistaken. Alright, it's getting dark soon. Maybe once this run, maybe once I freeze again with the motion tracking and all that, I might switch on the lights. Oh. I love pausing it just at the right moment to see her float in midair. That's always fun. Okay. Well, like I said, this run is already kind of DOA because, or SOL, or whatever acronym you want to use. Because of the fact that I don't have, I don't have a Mile S, which is pretty much a requirement nowadays for competitive stuff. But I'll try my best to see what we can get here at least. We can't get something nice and juicy for the on the stat side of things. See how that ends up being. Alright, I'm just like, my mouth is not really moving again, but I think it's because the tracker is just not doing a good job. No, the tracker's tracking. Yeah, the tracker, it looks like the tracker's tracking. I don't know, maybe I just gotta move my mouth more when I talk. Did I think I did turn on the setting. Oops. I did turn on the setting where if the mic captures sound, it should move my mouth. And I do see that happening anyway, so maybe I'm just maybe I gotta talk a little bit loud. I don't want to talk too loud though, because I do have neighbors, but it's also not that late, so it's whatever. Ooh, that's pretty juicy. Okay, well that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted to press. That's what I want to press. Here we go. Oh. Ah, I was a bit too early on that one. Yes, the Mile-obsessed queen. Oh, there she is. That's the rainbow for you. The Mile rainbow. I don't know, that's not a thing. Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's a bit of a yikes. Oh, you know why that's a yikes? Because I don't have any secret ingredients. I should probably do a data vent on that, for that. That would help. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how bad the training would be if I end up doing the guts route instead of the stamina route. Because I feel like I don't know, I'm just like, it may end up being that the guts route actually may be the way to go here. Even if it does end up making slightly worse Umas in terms of the rating, right? But I don't think that's really... If I can get something that's like at least decently good, that's fine. Like, that's whatever. So, just over whatevering on that. Like my nose is very itchy, and I don't understand why. Actually, I think I might understand why. I think it's probably the sunscreen I put on, you know, to prevent me from getting all sunburned. Not sunburn. I don't sunburn. That is kind of one nice thing, is that I don't know. Actually, I don't sunburn, as far as I know. I've never gotten a sunburn in my life. Then again, I've been usually pretty good about putting on sunscreen, but even then, it's just like, there have been moments where it feels like I should probably have gotten pretty burnt to crisp, especially when I didn't sunscreen it up, and I was standing in the sun for a good amount of time. But I still ended up just being more tan than anything, so, you know, at least it wasn't terrible. Yeah, the thing with this strategy that I don't like is the fact that the guts level is not great, right? That guts level is not going to be very high, which does make me worried, because I think with this strategy I kind of need the guts to be pretty close to 1200, right? Or is it 1200 or is that? Hold on, let me double check that. I guess it could be 1000. So actually, you know what? This might be fine. Now that I think about it. Man, I really want that. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter here. Oh, these are all pretty bad, actually. I was gonna say, if this is a run that mattered, then I probably would want the weight to be close to 1600, which is gonna be there, so, you know, ends up being alright in the long term. There we go. Look at that. Look at that pose. Look at that mid-air pose. Yep, didn't finish the data event, so that's pretty whatever, but whatever. That's pretty rip. Okay, well, honestly, stat line wise, this is actually about kind of what I need anyway, or kind of what I expected, so, you know, there is that. It's just the fact that I didn't get the Mile S, so... And I think this rating-wise is probably not going to end up being very high. But... that's okay, because like I said, this is kind of already a rip run. Just take every single goddamn... I don't really need groundwork. Groundwork is kind of stupid for this one. We'll see if I have enough skill points at the end to just take that one, but I'd like to prioritize other things first. Yeah, see, I still have a whole bunch of pages here, so I feel like I'm not gonna have enough. Or, not that I won't have enough, but it's just like I won't really want to do that just yet. And then once I'm done with this, I'm gonna take a quick, very quick, honestly, maybe even like a 2-minute break, just to turn on the lights in this place so that I'm not streaming in darkness. Because y'all probably know that that's not the most ideal environment. Don't be in the dark, kids. That's bad for your eyes or whatever. It's like your mom said, it's bad for your eyes. Turn on your lights. And I'm just like, Mom, it's not even that dark. Meanwhile, I'm in pretty much total darkness, only lit up by the glare of my computer screen. So yeah, that is actually pretty dark. I still have some points. Let me see here. I guess I can invest in double of these and then double of these. Still have points. Wow. Okay, I guess I can double these. Why not? Like I said, this is kind of a dead run. Alrighty, let's see what the rating ended up being. I would be surprised if this is the US, honestly. Let's take a lookie. Yeah, UA8. Okay, yeah. I would definitely like it to at least be a US. I know that's kind of a little bit of a... that's not really... strict requirement, but I kind of would like it to be around that range, so... It's a good thing this ended up not having to be a smile, because otherwise I'd be a bit more disappointed. Okay, let me hold on. Let me put this over here, so it doesn't fall. Okay. Okay, it is still tracking, so let me move over to my BRB screen real quick. I'm not gonna mute, so y'all can hear my oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Y'all will hear my shenanigans as I continue, and I'm gonna walk away. Oh. So, okay. One of these days I'm going to learn which one's mine, which one's the non-kitchen lights. Okay, there we go. Now it's the environment. Now I can actually now I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. Hold on 1 second, let me adjust myself. Let me adjust my, Okay. Are we good? No, I'm leaning to the right. Why do I lean to the right so much? I don't understand this. Maybe that's just how I am in general. Okay, there we go. I'd rather lean to the left than the right, because I feel like I'm a bit more straight if I do this than if I do this. This just looks weird. Okay. Let's do... Okay, let's shift over to... Hold on, let's shift over to maybe trying the gut strategy, and I'm gonna keep using Grand Allegria, but I do want to see what happens if I switch to this strategy, right? It's this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So, let's see how much more worse this would be, but I'm just curious. Try a few runs with the gut strategy. Let's see if I can get enough stamina. I guess, actually, now that I think about it, if I'm going to be doing this, I actually should probably be inheriting stamina, so... Maybe I should have, Maybe I should change the parents on that one. Oh well. If it's not enough stamina, that just means that I... Wait a second. Wait, why do I have... Oh shit, I did this wrong. Gotta leave. Gotta leave. Gotta leave right now. I chose the wrong, I forgot to change out the friend support card. No, not Casino Drive. I need to put in Tazuna. Whoopsies. Okay, hold on 1 second. Tazuna. I guess this is also a good opportunity for me to search for any better parents. Did I do it here? I did do it here. Okay, that was just the only one. Of course it was. Yeah, this will give me a good opportunity to change my parents up, I guess. Maybe not, though. I don't want to waste everyone's time with this. But let's see. Let's see. Is there a way I can just... Is there a way I can just limit this to be my friends only, rather than having to find a new person? Oh, shit, I reset it. That was the reset button. Whoopsies. You know, it sometimes would help playing this game if you have a Japanese knowledge. Just one. That would probably be good for you. Okay. Let me see. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I was gonna say, let me see if anybody has this parameter. That would be a very interesting parameter, but maybe. Wait, this is actually not that bad. This one. That's actually not terrible. Unfortunately, you have no other good supports. I'm a little bit iffy on that one. God dang it, I didn't need to click out of that. Okay, let's see. I'm just like, got so much spin on here, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay. Let's see here. Anybody got any stamina? Any staminas? Stamina. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Got this one. Unfortunately, you do have a lot of cards I already have, but I guess I can't be too picky and choosy about that. Let me continue exploring a little bit more. Okay, sure. I guess I'll just do, because this has 9 stars for stamina. That would actually work out better. So let's just do that. And then we will rent the connection. Oh no, we're dropping y'all. The bitrate's not looking good. The bitrate is absolutely looking pretty bad, y'all. That is not what we want to see. Okay. Let's try this. Let's see how take 2 on the gut strategy. Not really, this is the first try. Let's see how this ends up being. Oh yeah, no. Oh, I am buffering. That's not good. On the side there. Yeah, no, I definitely need to switch Wi-Fi. This is unacceptable. This is not good for my needs. This is not what we wanted to be seeing. It's unfortunate, because like I said, before I was streaming, or before I started doing the streaming, the initial tests suggested that this is actually some... I was like, damn, this is pretty good Wi-Fi. Oh, network error. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Sorry, this is for my... Okay, that's really not good. Because that's... Because that's probably reflective on somebody who's watching this, so... Man, if that's the case, I do apologize if we're getting a lot of errors like this. That's not good. Okay, well... This might have to be a short stream then, because I don't wanna have to force the issue here. I mean, fortunately, we're not getting any drop frames. I guess is a good thing. But if the trade-off means that, you know, I'm getting this, then I don't think it's worth it. So we're just gonna have to find alternatives and see how that one ends up being. Like I said, I am a little bit miffed though, because I've heard that that one has a lot of blackouts, which is gonna not be great. But then again, maybe I might get lucky and maybe it might not be an issue. But we'll just see, I guess. Yeah. Let me get this going. Yeah, the bitrate is just absolutely... Oh, that's big yikes. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Yeah, if it's like this from my stream preview, then I cannot imagine how bad it is right now for y'all, so... Y'all are even watching this. That's what we call in the industry a big oof. Speaking of big oof, I'm gonna need to do this. Oh, if I remember correctly... How we're actually here. God, the freaking Gentle Donna pose. Classic Gentle Donna pose. Oh, wait, I remember what I was going to talk about. Yeah, I forgot I didn't actually talk about the Poco Tube stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit miffed. I think I already talked about that, right? I'm a little bit miffed that that Daring Tact is going to still have to wait. But I guess that's fine. More than anything, though, I am kind of interested in the new characters, right? We got Ephoria and Phenolopsis, which I spent a little bit, not gonna lie, trying to figure out how to pronounce their names. Similar with stuff like Epiphaneia and some of those other characters, but yeah. It helps when you have the Japanese katakana. That makes it a lot easier to figure out how to actually pronounce it. You know, results may vary though, because you have characters like Orfevre, which I feel like even with the katakana, it's still like, is this really right? Something about this? I don't know, but at least it's the general intent there, right? So, oh, thank you. I needed the state event. Alright, let's see. Actually, this would be a good time to do this shit. I think the reason why I loaded was, I think this is wait, no, this is not the first time I've done a Guts run with a Guts card. I don't know why I loaded then. Oh boy, what are my options? Probably the top option. Alright. I think what I want to at least do is I want to at least, well, one, I want to see what the end result for this is, but I do definitely want to do a run with Oguri as well, just to see what the Pace Chaser side of things looks like. Oh, sorry, oh, that's been there for a while. There was like a weird thing on my monitor. I thought it was Spit. Turns out it wasn't. I'll check that one. Okay, now would probably be, well, actually, hold on, depends. Ooh, actually. Actually. That's unfortunate. Okay, no, now would be a good time for good old data event so I can get some secret ingredients, too. There we go. All the refresh is over. That's not what you want to see. Okay, now is my opportunity. Okay. My mouth still isn't really... actually, no, my mouth is moving now. Okay. I was like, maybe I shouldn't be too concerned about that. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's moving. It be moving. We Gucci. We Gucci. Get the speed up, the speed. I'm surprised the power is as good as it is right now. Is this gonna use... No, it is not. Okay, I was like, is this gonna use my ingredient? My one secret ingredient that I still have? For whatever reason. That's not good, though. It's better than nothing, though. Though. Okay, what is this? Yeah, let's do that one, sure. Damn, yeah, no, I take a look every once in a while just to see, and yeah, the stream preview, or like what I'm seeing in my stream manager here, the preview of the stream is buffering, and that's not good. That is not good. Absolutely not a good sign. God, I didn't realize the upload was as shit as it was. I thought the upload would be fine, but no, apparently it's absolutely terrible. Okay. Well, lesson learned, y'all. If you're streaming content, you gotta be careful. You gotta be wary of the upload speeds as well, because yeah, if your upload speeds are shit, then it doesn't matter how fast your Wi-Fi is. You know, it's just it's bad times. Watch your nutter. Yeah, and this is on Ethernet too. I want to mention this because, like, I was like, oh, it's probably solved now that I have Ethernet. But oh my god, yeah, it was at 1700 kilobits per second. What, I think, is that kilobits per second? I don't know. But usually that's at 20,000. So if that's at like 1700, that's not good. Something about that is not good. Yikes. Okay. I hate to beat the dead horse. I know, horse Uma jokes, but like, yeah, this is not good. I'm very worried about that. Let's see here. Yeah. Did I use up my secret ingredients? Do I have secret ingredients? That's the better question. No, I did not. Okay, we're good. I really want to... what do I want to do? I want to do a lot of things, but... let me think. Yeah, the only reason I chose speed was because it's gonna fully give me some broth points. Whatever that's actually called. And that was more attractive anyway. Man, rip tapped. Maybe the 6th anniversary he'll show up. Forever stuck in implementation jail. I think it was funny. I think it was put best when somebody said that Epiphania got announced as a character and then released in the time that Daring Tact has been in kind of this implementation jail, right? Because she got announced after Daring Tact got announced, and then she got implemented before she got it. Whenever she's gonna get implemented, but definitely before for sure, right? So that's what you call a big oof. Big oofta. What are you? Oh, okay. Torena. Pokemon. Why was that in the same intonation as the Pokemon? Or maybe that was just me. I don't know. That just gave off the same vibes. Torena, Pokemon. I think I'm going insane. I mean, I think it's funny that I say that because I know, especially during my move, I think the day before and the day of, I was just, I don't know what I was on. I was just absolutely having something. I don't know what. I don't even know how to describe it. I was on something, y'all. I was just talking crazy shit. I wasn't actually, like, okay, I should preface this. I'm not actually, I was not actually going insane, but, like, not gonna lie, I was like, damn, you know? I was just saying the most stupid shit. Luckily, it was, like, to myself, and, like, when I was, like, you know, driving around, or, like, kind of packing and stuff. I think maybe I was just going stir crazy. Maybe part of me was just kind of preparing for the insanity of all that stuff that was gonna happen / was happening. But I was definitely on something. And I still feel like maybe I haven't recovered. Maybe there's a little bit of me that's still going a bit. Maybe I'm permanently crazy. Who knows? But then again, you know, there is a little bit of appeal to that for some people. I don't know if that's necessarily the people that I want to attract, but you know, there is that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That my stream manager has actually just been stuck in the same. Let me refresh this real quick. Maybe that might fix it. Oh, my chat's disappeared. Oh, nope, it's there. Okay. Oh well, it appeared and now it's gone again. I say that as in like it's there, but now it's refreshing again. That's just lovely. Oh, nope. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That'll just stuck. I think that'll just stay there permanently. That's whatever. We don't need a stream manager. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, it's just behind now. That's fine. Oh god, what are you again? It's been a while since I've used this Minecraft support card. The Minecraft support card is definitely like the support card, or like the speed card to use for Mile. Speaking of which, speaking of must use, I know obviously they announced the new upcoming support cards, which I realize actually that is coming out tomorrow, so I might do a stream tomorrow, like kind of late, maybe 8 o'clock, just the 5.5th anniversary stream. Trying to get some pulls for Epiphanea. If I have enough gems left over, or sorry, carrots left over, maybe I might do some support card pulls. But it feels like that Mr. CB speed support card is very hyper specifically tuned, and it's similar to Teo and the Tap Dance City ones, where it's specifically like the must for that specific strategy. Like if you're trying to train end closers, it is required at this point, similar to how Teo is for pace chasers and Tap Dance City is for front runners. So as somebody that doesn't really train that many end closers, it's not really that appealing, but you know, I and maybe I'm speaking too soon, but they're probably going to get free pulls, right? Oh, come on. No S-Mile. They're probably going to get free pulls for that, so... And with the amount of carrots that I have, hopefully not spending all of them on Epiphanea. With the amount of carrots I have, hopefully I should have enough to maybe spark? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe that's a high hope there. TBD on that. I don't know. I don't remember if they announced any like campaigns or stuff for like number of free pulls. I don't remember seeing anything about that, but I didn't really look too closely into it. Okay, there's that. Alright, let's get ourselves one of those. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the stamina right now, but I guess it doesn't need to be high. It just needs to be 1,000, right? Is that what that was? Is that what my requirement is? Yeah, 1,000, and then like around like maybe 1,400 for the guts side of things. Guts. Speaking of guts. Oh, yes, perfect. Wow, that was actually really good. That was a really good stop right there. Alright, hopefully we get... Oh man, what is this? Actually, this might be a good opportunity for a date event. Let's do that. Hey TM, what's up? I'm on mobile, so response will be hella delayed, but hello. Oh good, I think that's the theme for today apparently, because my Wi-Fi is just absolutely shitting the bed. So I need to get a new I need to get a new, unfortunately probably need to cancel, because the upload speed is just been absolutely terrible. And I think that might be affecting the stream, but Who knows? Maybe it's fine, but I'd rather just test the other one and see. But for now, I think it's holding up a little bit, but I'm thinking I might have to end soon because I'm experiencing a few issues on this. I just saw it drop to 0 for like a second there. That's not good at all. Uh-oh. Whatever. See the new stuff from Pock Alive? Yeah, I did. I was talking about that a little bit earlier. Yeah, all the news there. Turns out it was Epiphanea this whole time, so rip Tact. And then the new characters like Euphoria and the leaked character that everyone already knew was coming out, Phenolopsis. But it's good to see the confirmation at least. Interesting to see how they'll shape up to be. Because I haven't really looked too much into their personalities. I know Genuine came out, I think, like a few days ago, right? That was the surprise announcement when she got name dropped in the Star Blossom chapter. And I know a little bit about her from that, but I haven't really dove too deep into the haven't really dove in too deep into the other new characters that just got announced today. Okay, there we go. Yes. I need to be changing my posture. Terrible saying posture right now. Epiphanea is like Stego, but for leaders, has an Evo in hair for 2,000 meters plus. I did see that, which honestly kind of sucks, because like it's the whole thing of you kind of have to have her, right, to get that inherit, or like to get the skill and all that, which feels a little bit scummy, but it's like you can't inherit it or whatever. You have to have the character, which is kind of an interesting mechanic. But yeah, it kind of sucks, because, well, I shouldn't say it sucks, but like it's, I wish it was Tact, right? I was really hoping for Tact. You know, I'm just gonna have to pull for her anyway. I mean, it's whatever, right? She's a new character. I'm probably gonna end up pulling for her, but it's, she's not necessarily a favorite, so it's like, you know, I'm kind of begrudgingly doing it more than anything. But we'll just have to suck it up and see how that goes. And I'm assuming they're gonna give free pulls anyway, because 5.5th anniversary and all that. How many there are, though, is to be determined, I think. I don't remember seeing any information about that. So whether or not I like it, I'm going to have to throw pulls for her after card pulling, even though I don't really like her design. Those side tufts make her look ugly as fuck, in my opinion. I kind of agree with you, honestly. Like, when I saw her character design, I was not the hugest fan of how her hairstyle was. It also didn't help that her personality was also not really that appealing to me. Like her whole thing about like Unmei, like she's one of those characters that you can pretty much describe in one word, right? It's Unmei. That's her whole thing from the little bit that I've seen of her. She doesn't really attract me. Then again, you know, maybe stuff might change once I pull for her, but well, that's if I pull for her. I don't know. See, I don't have enough to spark. I don't know if I want to spark for her, because, like I said, I don't really care too much about her. But we'll just have to see how the RNG gods grant us the RNG and all that. It's 100 pulls on the card banner, if I remember correctly, not 120 no Uma pulls. Okay, that's kind of what I expected, honestly, which is fine, because I think I was talking earlier, it's like, okay, well, you know, with the amount of, and this is all highly dependent on how many pulls I'll do for Epiphanea, but like, I should hopefully have enough to maybe spark. If it is 100, then, I mean, I have like, what, 22k right now on the carrot side right now for JP, so I should have enough to at least spark one copy of something. Which, you know, support cards is probably nothing, but maybe I might get lucky, who knows? You never know, I don't know, my luck is, not in this game, but like in some gacha games, my luck has actually been pretty good. Then again, that's Halldor, and I feel like the rates there are pretty high, so maybe I shouldn't use that as a reference point. Let's see. I don't love what I'm seeing here. I guess I'll just do that. Euphoria, sorry. Euphoria is the new leader buys with some generic medium skills for the top option. Yeah, okay. Thank you for bringing that up because I actually didn't really take a good look into the Euphoria, because I know, yeah, that's the other card besides the Mr. CB. I know everyone's talking about the Mr. CB because it's like, oh, this is the new required speed card for end closers. But I haven't really taken a deep dive into the Euphoria card, so that would be good to know about. Bottom option gives Summer Cheval's Showdown Gold. That gives you an Excel on straight and longs. Oh, that skill's actually pretty good from what I remember, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I actually don't know that much about, I mean, I'm not a huge Kappa guy, so I don't know much about Euphoria and her aptitudes for stuff. Her? I guess his, if we're talking the real-life horse. But I guess we'll find out eventually. But based on what you're seeing, based on what you're saying there, I presume. Well, hold on. Let me look up Euphoria. Stop talking out of my ass. Euphoria. Euphoria won. Okay, won the Arima Kinen, the Tenno Show, the Satsuki Show. Okay, checks out. Okay, so I guess that's where. So medium long aptitudes. Good to know. Today I learned. And the Mr. CB just gives Chaser skills for all distances, but of note the CB card gives Rain on its middle option, which is the skill both Buena and Orphe have. Huh, interesting. That is interesting. I did see people kind of being maybe not a bit salty, but like kind of, it's like, dang, it's not Orphe that has this card, so like it's like they were hoping, we're not hoping, but it's like the whole thing of like, man, if Orphe was the card for this, then you know, it would balance it out a little bit, where Orphe wouldn't be the option for end closers. But alas, Mr. CP is the case instead, which is whatever. At the end of the day, I don't think I'm really going to spend too much effort trying to pull for the Ether card. Not as much effort as I did with the Tap Dance City card, I think, because I know I want to try and train a lot of frontrunner, or like I am kind of frontrunner biased. So I knew that I really wanted to get as many copies of the Tap Dance City card as much as I could. So, but, you know, other than that, I was just like, I don't know. And I happened to do that anyway. What am I doing here? How am I doing on the Uma life? Okay. I think what I'm probably gonna do. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that and that. Okay. Sure. Alrighty. So it's a genuinely really strong option for chasers not named CB. I love Genuine. By the way, I love her design. I can tell based on your pun. I will say I'm already tired of the people who are making puns on her name. Because that's literally, like, when she got announced, and I'm sorry for the ads, yeah, it is what it is. When she got announced, like, the post that I saw, like, literally, like, a good amount of the comments were just like, haha, genuine meme, and or like, genuine pun with the picture of Rudolph. And I'm like, damn, this is gonna be a long few, maybe not years, but a long few, I should say years, maybe, yeah, years, until she comes out, and then people are gonna continue to probably use those, which is whatever, you know. She's my third Oshi behind Bouquet and the Kami Oshi Cheval. Very good taste, very good. I mean, my initial impressions of Genuine are she seems alright. She seems interesting enough, right? But I'll just have to see. She doesn't really attract me too much, but I'm still all for new characters, right? You know, I'm always down for any new character that comes out in Uma. Oh yeah, that's looking forward to whenever she comes out, which, you know, I don't know when that's gonna happen, but we'll just have to see. Alright. You are this one. Okay, there we go. Oh man, this is pretty bad. Kinda tempted. How many data events don't I have the one left? Okay, so I shouldn't waste it right now. I don't love that, but I didn't really have any choices there. I mean, I didn't have any good choices there. Oh, speaking of Epiphanea, I mean, well, this is Daring Tax. Daring Tax card, so understandable. Speaking of, Rip Tact. What are my options here? Mile skill. Only because this gives healing. It's literally the only reason. Back from ads. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for giving me like 1 cent. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I don't get anything from those, so. But it's a requirement if you're an affiliate, which, I mean, whatever. If the trade-off is I get more customization options, then I guess I'll take it. Because then we can have stuff like all the random shit that you can throw at me. And I also added a new channel point redeem. This was I want to say it's a kind of an older meme. I unfortunately couldn't find a good green screen version. Ooh, we got S-Mile, there we go. I unfortunately couldn't find a good green screen version of this, but at least I found a version. So we'll just have to see whenever that gets used. Or I guess I can just show an example right now. Yeah, I might as well just redeem it now just to... Well, no. We can do that later. We'll do it when the time's right. The time's not right now, but I'll do it... I figured it has a good use. It has its use for sure. It definitely can be used in some pretty good situations, especially something like a Pokejon stream, which speaking of Pokejon, I'm honestly pretty done with that game. Like, I've just been on a complete terrible run of games on that. I've dropped my rating, and I feel like it's getting more and more harder to try and even get close to top 100, so at this point I'm just more casual about it. I don't think, unfortunately, the top 100 dream is very rip. But that's okay, you know? I'll just have to, that just means that I have more time to focus on other stuff, like Uma, which I probably should be doing anyway, given that I play both versions, both EN and JP. Albeit EN a little casually. From the moment I saw Genuine's design, I just clicked. I also loved her racewear. Was hoping the Pocket Live would give their color reveal for where all the colors go and how they're used, but alas. Yeah, that's true, because technically we did see her outfit in the manga. I think that's the thing, but they never actually revealed it, like, from their character design and all that from the announcement. They just revealed her, you know, or they just revealed her character design, they didn't reveal the outfit. So, yeah, no, I feel that. That'll be interesting. I do find it kind of funny, the trend of characters being first announced on Star Blossom. Because that's been... It's not the first time that's happened, right? Samson Big was the first character that technically got their, I guess, was first shown in Star Blossom. Granted, I think that's the only time they've ever been shown, because they haven't even shown up in the game at all. In the... How long has it been since she's been announced? That was a while ago. But yeah, it's like, have not seen any crumb of her, like not even in any like support cards or anything. It's just been absolutely nothing. So rip Samson Big, I guess, but yeah, it's another surprise announcement, so that was pretty fun. Wasn't Samson Big first in Party Dash? Or was it Star Blossom? I think it was Star Blossom? I remember... actually, that's a good point. Was it actually Party Dash first? No, I feel like it was Star Blossom first, because she just happened to show up in one of the chapters one time, and people were like, "Oh shit, okay." And then I think they just posted that after, like they posted it on the official channel, be like, "Hey, this is Samson Big. Here you go. She's a new character." And it's like, "Oh, that's random." And then yeah, I think she just got added to that specific DLC team afterwards. That is a good point though. I forgot she was in Party Dash, which that's really random. You have other characers like Ines that is not in Party Dash, and then meanwhile you have some characters like that. It's like, hello. I do not like my options here. Guess I'll just do this for the extra ingredients. Also, do let me know if the stream is kind of lagging or stuff like that. I don't think it is, but like I said, my internet is just shit with the upload apparently. So, and there it goes again. It's starting to get into the red again. Ay ay ay. That's whatever. Luckily, I don't think, well, the drop frames issue is not an issue anymore, but that's only because I was able to solve that from, that's because I was able to solve that with the power of, advanced encrypting, or whatever the hell that setting was called. Thanks, OBS. People meme about don't forget Machan, don't forget Samson Big, more like, you know, you say that, but I feel like there's a contingency of people who meme about Samson Big. Like, I think it's funny when people bring up, like, who's the most forgettable character in Uma? It's probably somebody that nobody's going to mention, because, you know, people are probably going to mention, like, oh, don't forget about Machan, and it's like, oh, don't forget about this random character. But then it's also just like, I think it's like, honestly, and this is a bit this doesn't really apply anymore, because she just got released, like, about a few weeks ago, I want to say, in Global, but, like, someone like Seeking the Pearl, right? Like, it feels like he never really, like, plays a part in anything, honestly. I mean, I know she had the alternate costume in that random ass the rock band event with Maya and all that. But other than that, she just is not in anything. So, but yeah, if we're talking like most forgettable character, it's probably somebody that I'm probably not going to have on top of my head, because that's just how the nature of that goes. What is going... The trainings are absolute shite. I mean, I kind of should expect this given my support card lineup is not great, but... Wow, this is pretty terrible. I'm going to do something that's pretty crazy. It's called a date event. Use my last date event so that I can get some secret ingredients and be more prepared for this, hopefully, banger of a summer training. Probably. Okay, never mind, this is actually terrible. What is going on here? What is going on? Where are my fat trainings? Where's my big fat trainings? I guess I can just make it into big fat training. Probably is Samson Big, because like even big side games forgot about her. Like at least there's still fans for Seeking the Pearl. That's true. I feel like you can say that for any character though. Like at least there's fans for like characters. I'd be surprised if Samson had at least one. Okay, maybe this is part of the channels that I'm in stuff, in terms of like Discords and like all the social medias and stuff, but I feel like there's a contingency of people who like to mention Samson Big. Maybe I'm biased because, you know, Star Blossom and all that, but like, I do feel like at least like, she is kind of mentioned as sort of that, sort of the meme character, right? So, I feel like in that regard he's not as forgettable, or like people don't really... But, yeah, I don't know, like, who... I'm just thinking, because, like, I think this ties back to when I was doing the name every Umamusume character. And I just remember there were, like, a few characters that I just completely forgot about. And I think, yeah, it was, like, stuff like Seeking the Pearl, and I was like, oh, how did I forget Yuki no Bichi and all that? But obviously those are going to be kind of... those are characters that just came out in the EN, so I'm definitely going to remember them. So I guess it depends on kind of the nature of like the timing and all that, because, you know, if it was like a few weeks ago before they came out, it would have probably been then, but like, And I feel bad because like Yukino is, I kind of like Yukino Bijin, but I'm not gonna lie, she is she doesn't really have too much of an influence. I also don't like the fact that like now she has the whole meme tied with her with the whole phrase of, oh, I'm in the soup, and like that's become her like her I guess meme, how people know her and stuff, and it's just like it's crazy how stuff like this evolves. I don't love it, but it is what it is. At least she has something tied to her, I guess, in a way to make her memorable. Also, this is absolutely some of the worst trainings I think I've ever had. I'm not getting anything good. What is going on here? This is actually terrible. I can't even do this, because I don't even have anything for that. But if I do this, then it's gonna give me the warning. It's like, oh, you're wasting a thing. I still think this is probably the best one so far, but yeah, this is big oofta. Oh my god. This is what happens when you have suboptimal support cards. Because I do have that, but geez Louise. I mean, I'll mention Samson, but I'm not actually a fan of her. I feel like that's probably also those people, though. Like, I would be surprised if any of them were, like, a fan of them. But it kind of goes to the whole thing, and this doesn't apply to just Umamusume. I feel like this applies to a lot of kind of franchises that have, like, a whole roster of characters. And Pokemon's another example of this, where everybody is somebody's favorite, right? Even, like, the most obscure random shit characters. I feel like there is at least like one fan. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but generally feels like for the most part there is at least a fan of almost all the characters out there. Like heck, I'm an Ines Fujin fan. I can speak experience of that. Alright, well, this has just been some of the most underwhelming trainings in the history of this game. No, just kidding. It's just been pretty bad for this one at least. Please just give me something that's good. Please just give me anything. Hello? Okay, there we go. Oh my god, and see, of course I get something. Actually, it doesn't matter because I can do a ramen. Oh, but this is gonna suck because I ran out of date events. But at least I got something now. At least Pokemon makes an attempt for every Pokemon to have its chance to shine, even someone like Garbodor, but Samson is just nowhere. I mean, you say that, but like with the amount of Pokemon there are, I don't think they do like every character justice. There are definitely some that just definitely fall way under the crack. Speaking of which, I just realized that reminds me of the whole thing of that reminds me of the thing of the Umayuru announcement, which I saw. Apparently they're making the claim, and I don't know how feasible this is because I saw this from the unofficial account that was posting news about it. But apparently they were saying that every character is going to make an appearance. Whether that means they're going to show up in like a 2-second cameo or something, probably, because I cannot imagine they have like all 140 something Umas show up in an episode in like 26 episode shorts. I don't think that's going to be really feasible, but you know, maybe you'll at least see your favorites somewhere, even if they're just in the background. But that reminds me that maybe we might see Samson big there, and people will freak out over that, because yeah, to your point, Samson is literally just nowhere. Literally less presence than Machan, who canonically has 0 presence. That's true. You are not wrong about that. Because yeah, other than her Star Blossom appearances and the Party Dash, it's surprising that she hasn't even appeared in anything. Like not even in a cameo for like a support card or any, like just nothing. Speaking of nothing, this is absolutely nothing. I'm just flabbergasted at how absolutely terrible these trainings have been. Like, what is this? I mean, okay, to be fair, I also... This is what I'm saying, right? Because my support card lineup right now, I'm using literally a 0 LB digital, which I don't think that helps. Plus, you know, this version of Minecraft. Yeah, it's not optimal. But I still don't think I've seen anything this bad. It's quite something. Alright, well, unfortunately, the S-Smile is not going to be very applicable here, given that the stats are absolutely garbo. Okay, well, let's see if we can't salvage the last few turns here with something here. And if I really can't get anything here, I think this has just been an absolutely cursed run. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the song for this scenario is a banger. I do love the song. And then after reading the translated lyrics, it's just made it even better because I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. One of those. It's in the same vein as well, not really, but kind of Trace and Ondo a little bit. At least to me, maybe that's just me. Oh my god, this is not much better. What is this? What is this? Ugh, man, what am I looking at? Alright, let's do this, I guess. Just gotta smile your way through it. Jokes. I mean, I did at least, yeah, at least we got that. Which isn't really saying much, but at least we didn't even get that the first time, so I guess maybe I can't take that for granted. Please give me something here. Oh, see, now this is what I need, but, Decisions. Not gonna lie, the stamina is also big yikes. Here's the thing about this, like, I'm thinking, because I know I just did the run with the stamina instead of the guts card. I'm wondering if that might be the better option here. Let me... Yeah, let's do this one. Let's just get the speed out of the way. I'm just thinking because I'm gonna max that out early if I do that, but I'd rather do that than not have the opportunity to get that going, so... Because for all I know, the next turn is just gonna have, like, no good speed training, so... Let's just get that out of the way, and then the rest of them hope that we get something good there, too. Which, let's see... Not bad. Okay. Yeah, I think the fact that I'm just using the 0LB digital is really nerfing this run, so... Really making this run go big oofta, as the kids say. No kid actually says that. Maybe some kid in the Midwest or something, but even then I highly doubt it. Oh, kids these days with their speaks and their language. Okay, let's see how this ended up being. I mean, stat-wise... not terrible. No, that's pretty terrible. Okay. Alright, no, do not look at I do not want to look at Cotton. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just get all of these out of the way. Annoying part about having to do these nowadays is just having to get all these stats at the end of the run. But that's okay. We'll just power through it. As I debate whether or not I want to, As I debate whether or not I, continue streaming, basically. I guess, here's the thing, I do want to do one more run. I've only done Grand, and I've only done the 2 runs. I do want to do one more, at least. And it seems like the stream isn't really actually being too affected, which is good. I just feel like I definitely need better Wi-Fi. It's a trade-off, right? Because it's like, I mean, it's not terrible, but in the regards that at least the stream is kind of pulling itself together a little bit, I'm just worried because, you know, it's the trade-off of, well, do I want something that is kind of, I've heard, as a lot of like outages and stuff. Because that would actually be terrible for me. Hey, Sunboy, what's up? Is Epi out yet? Yeah, tomorrow. It's not out yet. I'm gonna probably do a stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. my time, so that we can do some pulls there. Yeah, just wait until tomorrow and see what your pulls give you for support cards. Yep, exactly. Just see how it goes. If I somehow get... Well, actually, even if I get... Oh, that was... This is probably one of the worst runs I've had in a while. This is absolutely... I mean, I was just getting absolutely nothing. Okay. We'll just forget that happened. I think this pretty much shows me that I should not be doing the Guts strategy, because I don't have the cards for this. So we'll just have to stick with the stamina side of things. Hey, look, an announcement. I wonder what it is. Oh yeah, well, I mean, obviously, yeah, Beyond Memories. This is the that's a new song I think that's coming out for the anniversary. So there you go. But yeah, I was saying, even if I get a whole bunch of copies of Mr. CB and that might be nice, like, that's still not going to solve the problem I'm having where I don't have enough good, like, power and or guts cards and or even, like, stamina cards for the end closer strategy. So I think I'm kind of stuck with doing two late surgers and one pace chaser, which is, you know, that's whatever, as long as it's 2 backliners. I'm hoping to get Doto stamp dupes tomorrow. Ah, yes, the Doto. I am, at least, you know, I say, it's like, oh, woe is me, you know, oh god, I don't have good supports, but I still have, like, at least I still have MLB Doto and, like, MLB a lot of cards, so I can get by, it's just I don't have the top of the top, which, you know, you don't really, most people don't have that unless you're freaking whale. I'm gonna switch over, so, like I said, I think my plan is, we're doing Gran, obviously. I think we'll do City Island Edition, to round out the backliners, wherever she is. I think she's more up here, yeah. That one. And then I'm gonna do Sin Grey Oguri for my, Pace Chaser. So let's do that, just to try and change it up a little bit. Gonna bring up good old Oguri Cap. Forgot she doesn't really say her name until the end there. Okay. No, not this one. We are doing this one. Okay. And then, yeah, so I have an option between this, which actually this might be a bit more feasible, because, like, at least with this one, I have a decently good fine motion. Like, this one, I just, you know, bottom of the barrel in terms of the digital there, but, like, this could be an option. I'm just, like, I'm worried because the Teo and the... I only have the 1LB Teo, and then the Minecraft also doesn't help as well. So let me try with the stamina side of things, because I feel like this is going to be a lot better. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Alrighty. I have Doto LB2, and she has like 52 Spec Pyro, so it's like super ass. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, I've heard that you pretty much need her fully limit broken at that point. Praying for at least one dupe so I can just select her the last with Spark. I mean, I'm assuming you have that, so yeah, that would be good. Just to get that out of the way so you have the pretty much de facto required stamina card nowadays. I am very fortunate the fact that I was able to get enough copies to fully limit break her. Because yeah, that was a little bit of a worry. And fortunately with this upcoming release of support cards, nothing's really gonna overthrow. I mean, unless you're building end closers, but like nothing's overthrowing anything for the most part, so I can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief in that regard. I don't have to, like, you know, really push my way to pull anything. I can kind of save my gems in that regard. Gem carrots. But we will see how it all plays out. This is also all highly dependent on how many pulls it takes for me to get Epiphanea, which, again, I don't really know how... if I want to fully commit to getting her, because I'm not really that interested in her, but I do at least want to try. Because she's a new character, and I have all the characters except for one. It's still going to bother me that I only have... I mean, hold on. With the 5.5th anniversary, are we going to get... I forgot, do we get selector tickets for that? Do we get selector tickets for half the anniversary? I don't think so. But if we do, maybe I might just cop one and then just take Daring Heart so I can continue to claim that I have every single character and not have to put a little asterisk there and be like, oh, actually, but one. Yes, there she is. Yes, the Singray exclusive. The crueler Singray, indeed. Indeed. I really love that. I love the fact that she has that. Let's do that again. Do it again, Oguri. Do it again. Do it again. Come on, Oguri. Come on. Oh, come on. I know you can do it again. There it is. Yeah. God, I love the unique animations. Okay. Anyway, what am I doing? Okay, I do need to use my... Oh, Anshin. Say no to Anshin. I mean, I guess I could have sprung for the bottom option there, but it's not really that usable. I mean, it's not really that necessary, I guess I should say, especially for these later scenarios. Oh, okay, well, she just does it so casually. Also, wait, now that I think about it, I think this is the first time I've done an Oguri run in this scenario, so I'm kind of curious to see what her animations look like. For all the ramen stuff. Obviously, you just saw that one where she takes out the ramen. But I'm curious what the rest of it is going to look like. Yes, one of the Umas who can't swim, along with like obviously like Kishi Miracle, but also like Ines, Fujin, and all those other. There's others. Who, off the top of my head, I can't remember, but there's quite a few. Oh, I need to heal. I wish I had a date event for this, but nope. Isn't this the one? Yeah, this is the eating competition where you have the option to get 200. I still don't understand why. I mean, I understand why this is a thing. I just think it's freaking hilarious. Why in the world would you ever need 200 energy? It's just not. That is not correct. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. Whenever I train Oguri, I always opt, even if I have full energy, I always opt for the 30 energy option, just because I feel like it's against my principles to force Oguri to not eat, right? That's just denying a part of her personality. So of course I gotta make her eat. Okay, thank goodness. I was a little bit worried there. Okay. Alright. Ah, here we go. There's the date event. Didn't take that long. At least it happened pre-debut. Okay. Okay, I do have enough. I do have enough ingredientes. Ah, okay, this again. I want to see the other animations. I want to see if she's drooling over making the ramen drop and stuff. Because that does feel like a thing, right? Especially, it was the Umayuru episode, I think, where she was in the cooking show with Special Week and Machitan. So, which is funny because they just kept eating the all the dishes that they made and stuff, which absolutely tracks to how they would be if that would absolutely track to be how they are if they were in that situation. IRL Festa passed away? Oh shit, okay, well, that's Rip Festa. Yeah, I remember, wasn't there like news about her recently not doing too well? Something happened there, so that's too bad. Always a shame when real life, I mean, always a shame when just pass in general, but especially with Uma and stuff. You will not be forgotten, especially since Festa. Not going with Festa is an interesting case, because she, or I guess the real life version, was the closest to actually winning the Lark, good old Lark the Triumph, the Lark the Triumph, which really does track to her whole reputation, right? She's like the one who won Takazuka Kinen, being like whatever her favorite she was. Way long odds. That was the race with Buena Vista, right? That was the reference to her support card, the SSR support card that Festa has, or Nakayama has. Yeah, and then it's a pre announcement Buena Vista in the background. And it's like, yeah, that's her. Like before they implemented her, or before they made her into an Uma, it's just like, oh, the placeholder or whatever. Kind of interesting. It's always kind of fun to see the placeholders and stuff like that for situations. Because it's a similar thing for when I think like Stego, the Stego replacement in the main story, and then they ended up retroactively putting her anyway, which was kind of interesting. Just read just yesterday he wasn't doing too well. Yeah, it's a shame, you know, especially how old was he? Hold on. He had to not been that old, but I guess because he did very pretty recently. Nakayama Festa. Nakayama Festa. IRL. Oh wow, they already updated the wiki. That's died August 23rd. That's crazy. Okay, he was 20 years old. That's decent. Okay, I thought he was like in his like teens or something, and I was gonna be like, oh, that's kind of youngish, but 20 years old is a relatively old. Yeah, getting up there a little bit. So, but still, that's a shame to hear. Fuck. Speaking of shame. Oh yeah, okay. that tracks so well. Oguri just like, oh, like absolutely just drooling at the broth and stuff. 100%. Honestly, I was surprised that she didn't have like the same kind of thing when she was taking out the noodles. But I guess she's a bit more serious in that regard. Oh, Oguri, you horse core character. I mean, I think it was put best. I don't know who said it first, but I've definitely seen it referenced a lot. Oguri is literally just like the most horse of all the Umamusume. Like, she is actually just a horse. Like, she loves to eat, she's just single focused on like racing and stuff. She doesn't have very good like kind of it's just she is just absolutely horse core, 100%. Like, I know obviously all these characters are horses IRL, but like she is absolutely like most of her horse qualities transferred over to her Uma side here. It's kind of funny. Okay, this is a good time for a date event. Oh, it's a wonderful time for a date event, especially with that happening. Okay, I still need to do a race. Which, playing this scenario really drives home the fact that with Grand, because I was, like I said earlier this stream, I was kind of grinding out runs in EN for the events slash for some of the events that have been happening. Oh, goody. Still, every time I see that, I think I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, Oguri, you crazy fatty, you. But yeah, it drives the point home that like, god, it's so annoying in Grand Life scenario where you don't get the you don't get any, I guess, currency if you do like a race or a rest and stuff, which is, yeah, you don't get any of that like if you do an extra one, which has always kind of been a little bit annoying for me. Luckily, I feel like they kind of fixed that in later scenarios where you at least get some of the currency like this stuff, dependent on whatever scenario you play. Whenever you do any sort of like non-training move, whether that be like resting or... Are we just gonna get this for the rest of... I mean, I'm not complaining, but I just think that's just gonna be the only animation that plays for the rest of the training. Torena. Let's do one of these bad boys. Okay, we still haven't seen her move the bowls. That's the only other animation that we haven't seen yet. I'm curious what that looks like as well. Yeah. Okay, at some point I do need to do a race. I think I'm probably gonna save it for when I have a non-good training. This might be... No, that's fine. Oh, very unrelated thing I just remembered. I mean, this is kind of related to what I was talking about before, but this is just completely jumping into a different topic. While I was on my little journey through Little Tokyo, I stopped by one of the stores I've been to a bit before. This is like a store that sells like a whole bunch of like kind of like, I mean, obviously like goods, but most of it is kind of tied to gacha games I don't play. Stuff like the Hoyoverse stuff. They have stuff like from Oz. They have stuff from a lot of stuff, but like none of it is like Uma or like Gakumasu or anything. So it didn't really interest me that much. But I still kind of like looking around and seeing some stuff about it. But it was interesting because they were doing a pop-up shop. Sorry, I can't pronounce words. Pop-up shop for Brown Dust 2, and I've talked a little bit about it in the past, right? Like, Brown Dust is, man, I contend the fact that it is one of the most horniest gachas out there. And they do not beat the allegations with some of the stuff that they were selling. I think literally every single piece of something was some sort of gooder bait. It was freaking amazing to me. Like, they were selling keycaps of, like, literally, I think it was just, like, it's a keycap set, but, like, one key, like, there was, like, pairs of keycaps, and each keycap was like a butt cheek, and I'm just like, wow, like, who? I mean, I shouldn't question who would buy this, because I know there's definitely people out there who would buy it, but it's also just like, why would you do this? The other thing about that, though, about that store is they have actually expanded a lot of their wear since I last went. Because they were actually selling a whole bunch of like mechanical keyboard stuff. Like, they were selling like whole jars of switches. They were selling like whole sets of keycaps. So it's actually pretty. It's actually pretty cool. I was looking and I was just like, ooh, this is a nice little set here. So, you know, maybe I might stop by that store a lot more often. I mean, then again, I usually stop by every time I pass by Little Tokyo anyway. But maybe I might just make it a point to do that. And actually, now that I remember, I don't think I talked about this earlier. I did. I think I hinted at it a little bit, but I did stop by the new Kinokuniya store because I was interested in that, and I was interested to see how, because I obviously I heard that it was a lot bigger compared to the old one, which I actually never went to. I think the first time I went to Little Tokyo was unfortunately right when the day that they closed the old store. So that was a bit of a rip, but made the time to go to the new store, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I will say I kind of prefer the one in San Francisco, the Japantown one. I still feel like that one is the best Kinokuniya out there because it is 2 stories. It has so much room. It's like, and they sell like a lot of like really like kind of obscure. They have a whole section for like obscure anime like goods, like stuff, seasonal stuff that nobody remembers. And they have a whole section for that, which I think is actually really cool. And I do feel like one of the things I will say about the new LA location for Kinokuniya is it feels like they're still kind of working things out with the details, because a lot of the shelves were kind of empty, honestly, and they didn't have good labeling for the Japanese selection of like books and stuff and manga and stuff. So it was kind of a little bit of a weird kind of trying to find stuff. I also did not like the bookshelves they used, honestly, for stuff. It just did not feel, I don't know, it was just, it felt like it was for short people, honestly. Like, the shelves were very short. Like, even the most top shelf was kind of, I guess, like, chest level-ish. So I was, like, kind of, like, I was, like this. I was just, like, looking down, trying to see all the stuff. And it was just, like, I was, I mean, honestly, with how coded everything is for like taller people, I am not going to complain too hard about, you know, these types of shelves that are kind of more for the shorter people out there. But also, it was just at the same time, I was also just like, this is not very comfortable for me. I have to like squat down just to see the bottom 2 sections of stuff, and so I was not my favorite. But I feel like with due time, because I do feel like they're still kind of in a weird kind of soft opening phase. Because I don't think it's been that long since they opened, so I have to maybe give it another chance maybe a few months from now, and see after they settle down and stuff. But even now, I still feel like it's definitely a pretty big location, so it's definitely very it's a lot better compared to a lot of the other Kinokunias I've been to, because the thing with Kinokuniya is a lot of the locations are kind of tied to like malls, specifically like kind of Japanese groceries, and so they're in really small areas. Like I went to one, the one I went to in Chicago was tied to the, what is it, the, I don't remember what the supermarket was called, but it was a Japanese supermarket, and it was in that little kind of section there. And so it was very cramped. I did not like that. And it feels like that's kind of the case for a few of the others I've been to as well. There's one over in, I think, like Torrance that's also similar kind of format that I just did not enjoy. It also doesn't help that there's literally the anime store that's in the same complex, so I'd much rather go there than the Kinokuniya, so... But it was still, you know, still an experience for sure, you know, just kind of seeing what else they had. But yeah, I'd much rather recommend the... If you're in that area, I'd much rather recommend the Animate store. Oh, goody. But yeah, I think that's pretty much... I'm just trying to remember, is there anything else I'm trying to... I forgot to mention? No, that's pretty much it, yeah. Like I said before, yeah, just bought a lot of stuff that I probably didn't expect to, but it all worked out in the end. Got a couple of new Ines Fuji merchandise stuff, which is pretty good. Got the Tama plushie, the small one with the distressed face or whatever, the copium face. Yeah, I think it's the copium face, honestly. I'm looking at it right now because it's sort of right to me. Yeah, that is very copium, the one I've wanted for a little bit. So I'm pretty happy overall. I didn't realize how small it was, though. Maybe I bought the version that's smaller, but I think it is that version. Either way, I'm not too. That's whatever. I'm still happy with it. Just like I thought it was gonna be a bit bigger, because I know there's the plushies that they sell, the decently sized. I don't know how to describe it. It's like decently sized, right? Good sized plushies. But this one you can fit like. I think this one you can literally just fit in your hand. Yeah, I can probably just fit that in the palm of my hand and recreate the meme where it's just like somebody's holding... It's I don't know if it's the meme, but like a meme of people like holding stuff, but like gripping it like they're just the most angriest ever, and it's just like they're trying to like squeeze the life out of them. Maybe I'll just do that. Be like, hey, I got this new Tama plushie, and it's just like, I'm just gripping it like, ugh. It's for the meme, guys. It's for the meme. Also, I didn't get a smile there, so I'm not smiling. I've made that joke in the past. If I don't get a mile S, or if I don't get an S smile, I don't think, well, I'm not smiling in many ways. In both of the ways, actually. Oh god, what is this one again? No, it's just the top. Actually, maybe I should have done the bottom option. No, I should probably... Well, hold on. Should I do... Yeah, I might as well. Just thinking, because, like, should I do that or should I do the date event? But I figure I'll do that. Hopefully get enough items to get any one of the ramen. And then do a date event after that. First, I gotta do this shit. First, I gotta do this shit. I do like this costume, by the way. The Singray outfit. It's a very good outfit. I like all of... I generally like Oguri's outfits. I mean, I know she has the... She has her original one, she has the Christmas one, which is a bane of everyone's existence. And then there's this one. I actually just generally... I don't know, I've talked about it before, right? Oguri is one of my favorite characters. Like, even before Singray came out, I was a big fan of her because of her whole kind of, like, very laid-back personality. Like, I thought it was kind of endearing, and then it helps. And then I think the Singray anime definitely helped with that. With regards to, well, one, making her popular, for sure, but definitely added a bit more to her, because she kind of was, before Singray anime, I think it was just more, she honestly was kind of more of a side relief, kind of comic relief character than anything, especially in the anime too, right? Because she made appearances in the anime, with both like stuff like, you know, appearing in races and stuff, or not races, like in the sidelines and stuff, like eating in the background, or like, yeah, just eating in the background. That's also another good example of that. Or that one freaking scene that was a reference to that one, was it the Arima Keenan, I think, or one of the races that they did with the Super Creek and Tama and all that. So actually it's kind of funny because if you watch the first, I think it was the first season with the donut eating competition, that was kind of spoilers for what's going to come up in the, I don't know if it's happened already in Singray or not, but like, it's spoilers for Singray, so they accidentally, inevitably, kind of, inadvertently, I should say, kind of spoil themselves, which is kind of funny. You done fucked up, side games, you done fucked up. But that's okay, we'll forgive you this time. Ooh, yes. Although I should be careful. I shouldn't be going in too crazy for the stamina inherits, or the stamina trainings, because I only really need like 1200 stamina, honestly. So I should be a little bit, I wouldn't say careful, but a little bit, yeah, I guess a little bit careful. Speaking of careful, actually, yeah, fuck it. Let's just do this one. Okay, oh, what is this? Oh, what am I looking at? This is absolute shite. This is the most shite I've ever seen. I don't know what accent that was supposed to be. Honestly, yeah, the guts training was the best out of that, and that's not a good thing. Speaking of which, guts. Yeah, because I want to try and get to that 1000 guts level, which I don't think should be too hard, but I didn't get it last time, so hopefully get it this time around. Oh, the fucking smile she makes, the smile that grows as she continues to stir the ramen, is never not gonna make me laugh. Oh, goody. We love you though. As long as I'm not paying for her food, which unfortunately as her trainer I probably am, and so I'm very broke. But that's okay. We forgive her, or at least I'll forgive her. Maybe not after seeing the build though. Oh, I have ramens. Yeah, but this is kind of shite if I have to be honest. What? I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to do like, I started with a Scottish accent and then I veered to a Southern accent. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, well that's just delightful. That's fine. Now I have an... okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. Vine quotes. Speaking of which, did anyone hear that they apparently revived Vine? Like, apparently there's a new app. It's called like Divine or whatever, D-I-V-I-N-E. I haven't downloaded it, but apparently it's a new kind of it's like a revival. They like uploaded a whole bunch of like classic vines into it, and it's the same format where it's like you have like 6 seconds to create like the to create stuff. And apparently there's like this whole like big rule about no AI and whatever, which I'm all for, absolutely, yes, 100%. But I might take a look into that because I've talked about it before, but for all the shit that I do about like making Vine references and stuff, I actually was not. I was a pretty big Vine hater back when it was actually alive. I think it was after it died, and then I kind of after it died, and then, you know, the Vine compilations came out and all that stuff, it was like, okay, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. And it's like, wait, this is actually kind of good. Some of it is actually good content. Mind you, it kind of follows the same rules of Sturgeon's Law, where 90% of everything is shit, but like, there's still some pretty good gold stuff out there. So I was like, damn, I wish I had, you know, wish this was still alive, but you know, there you go. Maybe it's come back now. Granted, I don't know how it actually is, but you know, maybe it's there now. Actually, hold on, let me look this up. Divine app. Let's see. Is this Divine.video? Is this what it is? It is, yeah, okay, I recognize that. Divine.video, interesting. In their website, in a world of AI-generated content, Divine is a sanctuary for authentic human creativity. I mean, honestly, fair. Absolutely fair. Oh, shit, okay. Oh, you can do this online. Oh, well, I mean, obviously, probably, but, like... popular. Sorry, I'm just, like, looking at this. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. But yeah, no, I would be very, interested in that for sure. Speaking as someone who makes tons of Vine references and shit, as you all may know, so... You know, that's kind of appealing. Maybe. Yeah, I am... I mean, connected to this, but, like, I generally... And I've talked about... I've hinted at this a little bit, but, like, I'm generally pretty late to the party when it comes to a lot of these apps. Like... except for, honestly, like, Reddit was probably the only one that I've been on Reddit for a long time now. Shame to say, but, back before when it actually was good and all that shit. Back in my day. No, but that shit, and I didn't join Twitter until, like, pretty late into my life. I'm still, I just joined Instagram, and it's only really because, and I've talked about it, it's like, if I have to get information about stuff and it's only on Instagram, I can't just open it on the web, because otherwise it's like, oh, download Instagram and all that stuff. It's like, so we can harvest your data, yay. And I'm like, fine, I just caved in after a little bit. So I have that only literally just to access Instagram apps for stuff. But, you know, I have that, but I don't actually use it. And then, yeah, I don't have a Snapchat, I don't have a TikTok, I don't, and then all the other, I guess, any other newfangled social medias that might be out there, I've not even touched with a 10-foot pole, so there's that for what it is, I guess, but, you know. I'll stick to what I have right now, you know. I feel like the more social medias I'm on, the probably worse it is for me anyway. I need to just lay off of social media. Social media is bad. I mean, let's be honest. Most of it is just kind of finely tuned with its algorithms and all that to be addictive and for you to scroll through it as much as possible and to use it as much as possible. So it's just it's bad. It's a bad time. Really, the best course of action is to just stop. Well, yeah, honestly, stop using it, but like just minimally using it, right? So, yeah, I'm good where I'm at right now. In fact, if anything, I still feel like I'm on my phone way too much. Way too much. I gotta cut down my screen time. I gotta actually do some stuff like touch grass and pick up books. I do need to do a lot. I say I need to do a lot of things. Like, oh, I need to read more books. Oh, I need to learn languages. Oh, I need to exercise more, which actually I have actually been kind of exercising, so there's that. But like, no, I gotta like pick up tennis again and all this stuff. And oh, I gotta start cooking. And there's a whole bunch of things. And I'm just like, I gotta do. Okay, I have an idea. Hear me out, because you may think I'm crazy. Actually, yeah, I am crazy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Okay. But yeah, I need to do. I mean, I did touch grass today for what it's worth, and like going out and doing stuff, even in this oppressive heat wave. Can you really call? No, you could. I don't know if you can really classify this as a heat wave. It is hot, but like I don't think it's like hot to the point of where they're giving out like weather warnings and heat advisories and heat warnings and stuff for it. So not like that, but it's still hot. It's still pretty hot. Not actually really that bad though. Like if you're in the shade, you're actually not really suffering too much, which, you know, thank God for the low humidity around this area contributing to that. But that's what I'm saying, where it's just like this summer has been weird, where like it's been abnormally kind of humid. And so these hot days have gotten even worse, because now like you can't even just stand in the shade and still be fine. Like it's still like you're still, you know. And I realize this is very first world problems, because, you know, there's areas around the world and the country where, you know, you have like high humidity where it's pretty much you're like in soup and it's like you cannot move without like sweating 5 minutes in, out like going outside and stuff. So I am very blessed with living in an area that has pretty damn good weather, all things considered. Having said that, I would still like to complain about the weather because, you know, that's just how I am. That's just how I be. It is what it is. Ishoni ganbaro. Torena. Okay, how many date events do I have? Oh my god. Every time, man. Every time that goddamn smile just getting bigger. Oh goody, come on. Gotta serve that to the customers. You can't just be eating that stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna accuse you of eating that, but you're really not being the allegations. I gotta go. Actually, hold on. Oh, I forgot she has this fucking requirement of the God damn it! I forgot she has this shit with the whole winning G1 races. That's gonna suck. Okay. Let's do that. Let's just do that. I'm big thinking right now. No? Okay, so this is gonna seem crazy, but I'm not gonna use my ramen training here. Because I want to save up for when I actually probably need it. And like I said, I don't want to go too crazy on the stamina training, because I really only need that to be like 1200. So I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious on that regards. Yeah, that's what I thought. Top option. Like, for instance, right here. That's pretty good. How neat is that? That's pretty neat. That was a video I rewatched recently. I'm not kidding. I think I will actually laugh at that every time I see it. Yeah, hearty chuckle and all that. No, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, the nature walk, you gotta go watch that. That is a classic video. It's like only like 3 minutes or whatever, but it's just this guy. It's this fucking. It's definitely a parody, but it's just like it's this guy who's like all like, oh, like me and my friend Rodney, we love how nature is, and we want to show it off to others, and that's why we create this program called Nature Walk. And so it's called Nature Walk. If you wanna take a look into that. Did I not get S-Mile? I don't think I did. But yeah, that's an absolute classic. I think there's multiple episodes of it, but the first episode is definitely the best. And yep, I did not get Mile S. Fuckity doodah. Cool, I love that for me. I guess I'll just do one of these bad boys. Okay, well, for a second there, I thought I wasn't tracked because I was standing still, even though I thought I was moving. I don't know. I think I'm on something right now. I'm on a banger. Not a good thing though. Oh. That freaking everything about that is just so stupid. It's just stupidly funny from her like her expression and then the growing smile. It's just everything about that is just perfect. Oh shit! I need to do races. I completely forgot. Yeah, this is what happens. I just kind of forget about it until the end, and then it's like, oh shit, I gotta do it. And I gotta pass up on these juicy trainings, which is really unfortunate. I guess I don't have to. Yeah, I kind of should, probably. Yeah, this is why I should be doing races when I have suboptimal trainings. But I would much rather prefer if I didn't have to do this, right? Like, I just have a required race and then it's good. Didn't have to waste energy doing this shit, right? That's a bit annoying. That's the most annoying thing about it. You. Yeah, let's just do that. You know, that means I'm not going to have any date events left for the last half of the senior year, which is going to be kind of annoying, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And unfortunately, I have maybe either this turn or the next turn. Let's do a race here. I don't really love that training. That may come back to bite me, but I think, yeah, this run's kind of DOA anyway, because, or it's dead, because it did not get the smile. This is just kind of seeing it to its bitter end and all that. And I think this will give me the last run, by the way, so I'm just gonna put that out there. And yeah, I will, as soon as this is over, I'm gonna have to look into switching my Wi-Fi, because this is, or switching my internet, because this is not good. Speaking of not good, that's not what I want to see. Yeah, I know. I don't have any good choice here. I'm not gonna reap the benefits of getting that. It is what it is. I'm like thinking maybe I should do, because I did see that one of the strategies that was recommended, or not recommended, but was highlighted, was to use 2 power cards, which I thought was kind of stupid. But now that I'm kind of doing these trainings, I'm wondering maybe, oh my god, I'm kind of wondering if that might be the my only concern was that is that it don't have very good power cards. So actually look, because it would be fine motion here, right? But then it's just like, who would be the other power card? It would be the digital, probably. But I only have like 1 LB of digital, so I don't think that's really a good option for me. Actually, no, never mind. That's probably a different strategy. That's probably a different racing, not for the page chasers. Then okay, never mind. I was probably wrong with that. What if I do that? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna save up my resources to use on a different occasion. And that occasion is right now. Ooh, yes. Yes, thank you very much. I will absolutely take that. That's, yeah, I know. I'm not using any ingredients. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I know. I know it's stupid, but I just love it. It's that face, that goddamn face. Ugh, this is not good. Wow. I'm gonna have to use it. Just why not? Use it or use it or use it or lose it. That's the expression. Ooh. Okay, well, actually, I don't need to lose it, because I got this. Okay, if I can get some good, well, TBD, but if I can get some good trainings here, this could end on a high note. Again, it doesn't really matter, but I'd like to at least end this on a high note, so I don't get another sub, like, UA, like, low UA or whatever. That would not be good. That would not be my favorite. I would genuinely not be happy about that. Look at me making genuine jokes as well. That's just unprompted, too. Oh, no, we're getting this shit again. Man, I really don't like what I'm seeing. When in doubt, energy, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot this is a. I was worried. I saw the B rating. I was like, wait, what? And then I realized this is a medium race, and her aptitudes are different. It's okay. Okay, we're training this one for a mile. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, well, I don't really have a choice here. Spin Doto around some more. There we go. Okay, that's slightly better. Only slightly. God, this actually might also end up being a sub. This actually might be even lower than UA. I'm not gonna lie. Get some pretty wretched luck here. This cannot just be the support card lineup. I think we're actually just having some pretty shit luck right now. This is pretty terrible, all things considered. Oh my goodness. Like, really, what is going on here? Like, man, I've never seen such not good trainings this late into the party. Am I doing something wrong? No, I think this is usually how I play this game. Something seems off though. Either that or I'm just having the generational... See, now this is around what I'm expecting, right? I don't know, it feels like I'm doing... Maybe I did something wrong. That's my first instinct is, oh, something must be wrong on my end. It's not the game's fault. This is just a continuation of the generational bad luck that I'm having over on the Hololive Dreams side of things with Pokejon. Dude, I cannot begin to describe some of the bullshit that I've seen with Pokejon. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'd be doing moves that aren't even that risky, and it's like, oh, I just lost 800 points, thanks, and it's like, okay, cool. I think one of my favorites was I was at a game when I was up pretty big, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I might be able to do something, and then I get rid of a card. It wasn't even that risky. I mean, maybe in hindsight, maybe it was kind of risky, but like, I don't think it was even that risky of a card, because I was like, okay, well, you know, usually people get rid of characters that are in the 5-member generations, and they're usually fine with it, so okay, let's just discard this card. Suddenly, lose 1,800 points because it happened to be in the team with the same color. Game over. From first to last, and I'm just like, I hate this game. So yeah, that I think a lot of those have happened to a point where I'm just like, I have not been as adamant with that game. I mean, to be fair, I'll probably still stream it because I do feel like it's a kind of a fun streaming game, but it's definitely gotten to a point where I don't think I'm ever gonna get close to getting, especially since the gap between me and the top 100 is continuing to grow wider and wider and wider. It is now to a point, I think, where I need to double my score in order to even sniff the top 100, so I'm not even, unless I start, like, maining in it or whatever and just continuing to play that game, which I have a life, so I'm not gonna do that. It's not gonna happen. So... Big rip, but it's okay. You know, sometimes things are just not meant to be, such as this run. This run is also not meant to be. It's okay. Just gotta accept the losses, take some L's and all that, and move on with your life. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be the last run. We'll do more Uma tomorrow. I think with the 5.5 anniversary coming out. I would definitely want to do a stream of some of the polls and the initial impressions of Epiphanea and some of the stuff there, so we'd love to definitely dive into that first thing when it comes out tomorrow. So we'll start 8 p.m. Pacific, so look forward to that. I know that's going to be pretty late, so I'm probably not going to be able to stream for too long because I do need to. It's going to be Sunday. I got to go to work. Blah blah blah. You know, all the stuff there. So. We'll at least get something out of that, though. What is... Oh, brother. I was hoping to at least get one training in either of these, like the power or the wit, but I guess I gotta go with the speed or stamina, but I really don't want stamina, so I guess it's the speed. Speed, power, stamina. Just like Tucker Skill Up Island. Speed, power, stamina. Until Kashi. Sorry, I'm terrible at Japanese. Guts and also wisdom. Speed, power, stamina. Speed, power, stamina. Speed, power, stamina. Guts and also wisdom. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, okay. Let's get these skills up and then just let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle and see just how bad this. I don't think this is gonna end up that bad. It's definitely not gonna be anywhere close to US, but I don't think it's gonna be like the UB or anything. Probably just like the low UAs, which is not great, but what you get for trying to hyper train to the specific CM parameters and all that. Alrighty, let me enter in some shenanigans. Shenanigans are at hand. No, not dirt. That's probably not gonna be applicable, actually. That's definitely not. Well, hold on. Oh, can I not do that? Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, I can do that. Okay. I think it's just like you need to do 2... Do I need to... Hold on. Is it you need to do like 2 mile skills or whatever? Is that what the translation of that is? What is the translation for that, actually? Hold on. Translate pitch. The increased acceleration. Okay, I should get that by the time I'm done with all this. Okay, we should be good there. Thank goodness for translations. One of the few things that I'm actually fine with AI doing. Although honestly, machine translate stuff is still can be pretty bad if you're not good with it, or if you don't use good ones, I guess. It's crazy seeing, because I'm gonna probably out myself here, but I do read a lot of doujins, and it's crazy seeing how freaking many, the influx of them, and like all the poorly translated ones that are using machine translations, and it's just like obviously pretty bad because they don't even proofread that stuff, so it's just annoying because it's like, oh, this actually looks pretty nice, and then you read it, and you see the ratings of being like 1 point something stars, and it's just like, oh, I wonder why, and then you see, oh, it's another one of those. Another one of those machine translated bullshit. I mean, to be fair, some of it is fine, but there's definitely other cases where it's like, you know, they refer to she as he, and like they switch names and stuff like that because it translates it inconsistently. So it's just a bad reading experience overall, which it's really annoying, really annoying. Alrighty, let's get the last few ones here, and then we should be good. Fuck it. Yeah, we have 100 and something points left. Let's just put it towards the... Let's just put it towards the evolution of some of the skills here. Let's do corner. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see how bad this ended up being. Yeah, see, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Alright, drum roll please. This is a UA5. I'm actually kind of surprised, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be like UA2, 3 at maximum. I think what probably helped was the fact that I had max speed, and actually a good amount of power and the wit there. And also the wisdom, or not wisdom, the stamina also kind of helped. Okay, sure. First place, okay. I guess, yeah. I haven't done many runs with her. Okay, that's cool. Alright, well I think this gives us a good baseline for where to continue. I think I'm gonna continue to go down the Fusachi Pandora. Speaking of which, oh yeah, the new she's getting her solo soon with the next winning live. Once again, Ines Fujin, I don't think Ines Fujin is ever going to get a solo anytime soon, unfortunately. If she didn't get a solo during her time as a Link character member in the DIY, or yeah, the island scenario, I highly doubt she's ever going to get one. Which, you know, maybe someday, but here's hoping. Anyway, but yeah, I think this gives a good baseline. I'm going to continue probably just go the stamina route because my cards are way better suited for that. Maybe I might try another couple of runs with the guts, but I'm not thinking that it's probably going to be good for me, so we'll just have to play around and see. But for the most part, I think we're good, so I'll head over to the chat and we'll sign off there. But appreciate all of y'all for joining. Thank you so much. I do apologize if it didn't seem like there were any issues with the stream for the most part, not that I've seen on chat, but also people could have just left immediately and just been like, ah, fuck you. So I would like to think that there might have been issues. I would be surprised if there wasn't, honestly, so I apologize if the stream was not great. It's frustrating on my end as well, because I want a good streaming, I want my internet to be good, and if it's not, then, you know, why the fuck am I paying $60 a month for this shit? So I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna switch over to a different one. Hopefully I get that ready. I mean, let's be honest, maybe it's not gonna be ready by tomorrow, but if it is, tomorrow might be a good kind of baseline to see how it is in terms of like holding up the streaming. And if it actually ends up being pretty shit there, maybe I might just stick with what I have. So and just deal with it, or maybe I might just quit streaming. I'm not going to do that. I like streaming. I'd rather not quit that stuff. So anyway, we'll see. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow. I will be streaming Uma tomorrow. We'll see the new character Epiphania, as well as some of the the shenanigans that go on for there. But so tune in 8 p.m. Pacific tomorrow for that. But until then, I hope you all have a good rest of your Saturday night, or whatever time of day this may be. This has been Shooting the Penguin, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow, but if not, in a future stream. Thank you, and have a good one. See ya.